captain for Harding Academy, the number 17, Caden Sipe. And for Mena will be number 82, Mason Brotherton.
Back deep for Mena will be number 24, Jake Wallace.
Testing 1, 2.
All right, welcome, folks. Coming on a little late here. We had some trouble with sound, and Bearcats won the toss, elected to receive. Welcome to the Bearcat Foundation live broadcast here tonight, facing the number 1 ranked Harding Academy Wildcats. Kickoff is deep. Going to come down at going to bounce at the 3. Going to let it go into the end zone.
Kickoff will go into the end zone for a touchback.
The touchback. Bearcats will take over at the 20. Joining me on the press box up here is Anthony Eford, as well as the wonderful duo of Don and Mary Kelly back there running it.
That's not anywhere like what you did it the first time when we weren't on the air.
It wasn't? I can't ever remember what comes out of my mouth. I was just concentrating on how I was going to insult the camera crew. I was just trying to set that up, but it doesn't sound as good the second time.
You had such a good verbiage the first time.
I did. Totally failed.
Didn't get tongue-tied over it or nothing.
Bearcats up at the line of scrimmage. You got twin receivers at the top of the screen. In motion is Gavin Hooper, and it's going to be a double pass. Mason Brotherton is open with the reception, caught at the 45. Nice gain
Pass complete to Mason.
Boy, we could have got a little juice on that. It was a touchdown, wasn't it? Great way to start the game.
It was wide open, Clint, and Gavin he hadn't thrown the ball a whole lot in his career, but
it's almost like it was coming out of his hand as it was coming up, and he just kind of pushed it right there at the last minute. Just so excited to see him wide open. Trips at the top of the screen. We got motion. Young sophomore Trey Day.
You got Trey Day right there, which is just his second week as a offensive tackle, and saw the pressure coming from the defensive end, Clint, and
5-yard penalty against the Bearcats.
just decided to jump a little quick.
Remains first down.
1st and 15 now.
But that's such a good kid that's going to be so pivotal for us coming down the stretch as the year progresses.
Handoff to Jake Wiles. Jake Wiles, it's a little gap there. Short gain of about 3.
The chain gang forgot to move the yardage stick back, so he was still sitting at 1st and 10, so we picked up 2 yards there.
Trying to ignore it won't help. Got trips down at the bottom of the field. Got an open receiver in the inside there, so it's probably a zone. Quick throw out to the outside. Ball's on the ground. It was complete to Eford, and I believe Eford coughs it up, and Harding comes up with the ball right there. So tough turnover for the Bearcats here. Good-looking play right up until the point we fumbled it there, Anthony.
Just ball was hit right on the nose and laid on the ground, Clint. It's one I know Sam's going to want back, but that's one you can't let happen. And you got to overcome that right here defensively and not let that hurt you, because you're going to have to be a big key in this on the defensive side of the ball.
Big time, and this is an explosive Harding Academy offense led by quarterback Sipe is his name, Caden Sipe. Going to be a pitch out, going to be a run out to the outside. Nice gain for Harding. Bearcats stop him not until he makes it about an 8 or 9 yard gain. They're going to spot him at 8, going to bring up 2nd and 2. Harding is a no-huddle team.
Got to be able to get a little bit more pressure on that, and Harding got a pretty good push up the middle there.
In motion, got senior linebacker coming on the blitz early, so the Bearcats kind of showing the COVID lack of practice here so far tonight, and Bearcats with their 2nd penalty.
You know, the Bearcats missed 2 full days of practice because of the rain this week, Clint, so you know they're going to have to dock a little bit of the dust and the cobwebs off here.
Got to get it rolling here. Harding in Bearcat territory, going to bring the pressure, get through the pressure, and the running back is loose in the secondary. Another big gain by Harding, going to be a gain of 12, 1st and 10 down at the Bearcat 23-yard line. 10 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Just kind of picked his way through the defensive line right there. Didn't really get a big push off of that, but they had a man on a man, and running back just kind of dipped and dived till he picked up 12 yards.
Quarterback rolls out to his left, and he's dangerous right here, and he's got a man on a double move, tipped away at the last minute by Gavin Hooper.
Just a great awareness by Gavin right there, Clint. He flipped his hips, got back in position, and knocked the ball out of his hands.
The receiver made an adjustment on the route. I don't think that was a called route. I think that's what you see Harding do. You watch him on film, man, when the play breaks down and he rolls out, they are incredible at finding open space. I think that's what happened right there is I said it was a double move initially, Anthony, but I think he just turned his shoulders and found the open area.
The initial play was covered well, and he made an adjustment to the route on top of that, and boy, Gavin made a great adjustment at the backside of it.
Quick throw out to the outside, got a good block out there. Boy, the cornerback was right there, just couldn't get off the block.
Just
taken out of bounds by number 24, Jake Wiles.
Bearcats are having a hard time with the pace right here.
That's one as a corner you got to be able to get off that block and make that play. You can't be.
He had leverage too, didn't he? On the outside, he should have been able to get off of that. today's offenses require a lot out of these cornerbacks now. Again with play action, and the Sipe cuts out to the outside. Another nice gain. Going to be a gain of about 8. Going to be
quarterback keep.
second
down and
goal at the 3-yard line. They are almost running at will, it seems like, Anthony, so far. 9 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Sam was kind of in no man's land trying to fight off for the pass right there. He came up and made the play, but he's got to recognize that quicker and come up and make it at the line of scrimmage.
They're bunched up right now. Coy House coming on the blitz. He gets the backfield, and the Bearcats make their first good defensive play. Lost yardage. Going to bring up 3rd and goal.
I couldn't tell who it was, but there's about 3 Bearcats there, Clint, that just 17 felt that hit.
Coy House got through there that time, and he got picked up by that up back initially, and then he fought off the block quickly. Ended up being the first one there. Sipe's a tall, athletic kid. Trips down at the bottom of the field. 3rd and goal here. Harding Academy's looking over for a check on the play. Looks like it's going to be a handoff. He sweeps out to the outside. Gavin Hooper is right there. Another nice Bearcat defensive stop. So it's going.
Got a good little breeze coming through.
Great crowd. It's at capacity, at COVID capacity.
It's at COVID capacity. You know, we still got, if anybody's at home and thinking they couldn't make it to the game, looks like there's still a few spots around the fence that you might be able to come stand.
It looks like it. Let's see. Lining up for the kickoff here. Very strong kicker. Boy, he booted that thing, had decent hang time, and got all the way down to the 3-yard line. Had a hard time fielding it there.
And it's off.
Kick is up. Nice high kick. It's going to come down. It looks like it's Jake Wiles. No, that's Gavin Hooper with the reception. He's got the edge, turning up across the 40. He got to the edge, but that second level runs him out at the 45. Bearcats are going to have good field position. It's about right where Mason caught that first pass. Bearcats come out with a double pass initially in the last possession, and then stall out. Didn't really stall out as a turnover.
Just a fumble, and what do you do on a tough fumble? Is you end up giving up 3 points, but we're fortunate to come away with just the 3 that we gave up there, Clint. And
Bearcats defense showed no signs of life until getting down there in the red zone, and then they looked really good. Spread formation. Looks like the single back is Jake Wiles. This is a base formation for the Bearcats. Max Montgomery drops back to pass. Decent protection. Fires off, intended for Sam Eford right there.
Coming across on that drag right there, and if it's up a little bit and just kind of out in front of him and down a little bit.
Had a little bit of smoke on it there, didn't it?
Had a little smoke, but that's one Sam can catch.
2nd and 10.
Had good protection there, Clint. I mean, wasn't this defensive line for Harding Academy, I mean, they look athletic. They got a little size to them, so Bearcat offensive line has looked pretty solid up to this point.
Another pass, swing pass out to Jake Wiles. Man in position to make the play. Jake Wiles makes him miss. Still on his feet. First down. That's all Jake Wiles right there, folks.
That's just a simple 12-yard swing pass, and Jake makes the first guy miss, and then he loves to look for that contact.
He does.
He was not going to try to dance around it.
No.
He said, come see me, and I'll give you all you want.
That's exactly what happened. He a lot of times he'll fight you for half a yard, much less for 10 right there. Did a great job right there by Jake Wiles.
Sometimes it looks like he even slows down so that he can go hit you.
Harding looks like they might be bringing some pressure, and they back off at the last minute. Spread formation. This time they hand off. Bearcats hit the middle of the field there. Looks like it's Evan Graves comes in for Jake. Going to gain a couple.
2nd down and 8.
You know, the linebacking core for Harding Academy right there just kind of sniffed that out, and still positive game, but you were hoping to pick up a little bit more.
Like the way that the Bearcat offensive line is kind of they've made some gaps there. We didn't get to the second level, but definitely holding our own. Max Montgomery drops back to pass. He's rolling out, looking for a man. Complete.
That's going to
Looks
come.
like we're going to have a hold.
That's from your sophomore left tackle. He can't. Once the play's out of the way, he's got to turn him loose. He kind of, I guess, kind of like if he was at the rodeo this past weekend and
got a hold of him
and slung him to the ground, and you just can't do it. Going to have to learn from that.
He did. He grabbed a hold of him and threw him. There's no doubt on that one. Going to bring up 1st and 20 now. Going to negate a big gain by the Bearcats.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
The good news is that that play was, in essence, covered, and we've seen that a lot in 7-on-7. We didn't get to see it a lot last year out of the young quarterback before he got hurt, but he squeezed that one into the hole. Mason Brotherton with a nice reception. Trips at the top of the field, drops back to pass, got pressure, steps up in the pocket. Basically was about to get sacked and just got rid of it right there. Really good job.
Not so sure that one of those D linemen didn't get a hand on Max's arm there.
Just not able to handle the did that come? I don't know if it came from the outside or from the tackle.
More inside the guards, I think.
We're going to break Don's iPad here if we don't watch it.
So that brings up 3rd down here, and
6:51 left in the first quarter. Long 3rd and 25. Max back to pass. He's going for Gavin Hooper. He's got him open. Gavin stumbles as he's getting past. Boy, he just lost his feet there, Anthony. I think it would have been a touchdown.
It would have been. He got feet caught up with the cornerback for Harding Academy, and Max actually had a little bit of time there.
Boy, and they called the perfect coverage for that, but Gavin just outran his man there. 4th down. Lining up here. I don't know what it looks like. And we jump off sides. Or we procedure here on the Bearcats.
Dead ball foul. Illegal procedure against the offense. 5-yard penalty remains.
Can't tell. Is that Austin Rose going to take the snap right here? He's him and Mason Brotherton were over here warming up punting. But Austin's a kid that would bring you the opportunity to be able to throw a trick play in there, throw one down the field.
Absolutely.
But you can't jump off sides, and you can't put yourself in a bigger hole.
Be 4th and 30 right here, Anthony.
4th and 30. That's just forever.
Really unfortunate because Bearcats really shoot themselves in the foot on this drive. Lining up really close, and it's going to be a terrible punt there. Shanked out to the outside. Going to be about a net 15-yard punt there for the Bearcats. Going to give Harding good field position.
He tried to kick that with his left foot, Clint. He's right-footed, but he kicked that with his left. I could have sworn. Rewatch that right there.
We can watch it on the delay.
He may not have.
Olivia Crean says zoom out, please, on the broadcast here. Snaps back. They got the reverse on the jet sweep motion. Perfect position is Coy House. He doesn't make the tackle, but he slows him up enough, and then who's there but Gavin Hooper?
Yes.
Great job.
Hey, Coy played it well. Got kind of a little bit of a stumbled, but he was able to slow him down enough for Gavin to come up and make that play. It's just great instincts there coming downhill from that safety position for a no gain.
Got
four
receivers, empty backfield. Bearcats look like they're going to stick with his own. Coy House is bringing the pressure. Looks to the outside, and boy, Chris Bollmeyer
almost gave up on that a little too soon.
He really did. That is odd right there because he can run with that kid. You know he can. And it's almost like he kind of let up there. He was in good position at the time of the throw, but Sipe throws it really well-thrown ball. Don't expect it to be other than a well-thrown ball coming out of Cade's side.
Going to bring Mason Brotherton in here to play a little nose guard.
Is he at nose?
He's at nose.
Well, Harding, it must be changing the snap, the cadence a lot because the Bearcats are jumping. They got 5 seconds left on the play clock. It's running down, and they're going
to call
timeout
yep.
right there. 5:41 left here in the first quarter.
It's a big play for them here, Clint, and it's a big play for this Bearcat defense. We need a stop, make them punt the ball back to us. We've proven in the kicking game that Gavin can make some plays if we give him just a little bit of a space to run in.
Social distancing and follow directives pertaining to
Bearcats' defense has really showed. I was looking shaky right there at the start, but they've really looked good after that point.
It looked like it looked like they've had 2 days of no practice. Is what it looked like.
It does. The indoor practice facility at Harding Academy paid off. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mena Insurance Agency. For all of your insurance needs, coverage first for 105 years in downtown Mena. Thank PT for being a part of this broadcast from the very beginning. Back when we were worse than we are now. Bearcats in their press coverage look.
Now the Bearcats going to take
stoppage of play.
Timeout, Mena.
Bearcats take a timeout. You're right, Anthony. Take another timeout.
Craig saw something with their alignment that he's wanting to adjust right now. Being the defensive mind that he is.
I did not see a personnel change or anything different out there, but that anyway. Take a look at another sponsor. Tonight's game is brought to you by State Representative John Maddox. I'd like to thank John for being a part of this broadcast and for serving this district so well. This is our district's state representative, John Maddox.
Does a few important things back here at the Capitol.
Yes, he does. Represents us well.
And does a lot of good things right here within the town of Mena.
Now that we've got our monitor here, I can see him looking at me. I can't.
They've lined up a little bit. They brought a running back into the backfield here, Clint.
Trips at the bottom of the field. Got 3rd and 10. Big game. Got some pressure, and that was a wheel route. He was going to throw in right behind the pressure, and it was a perfect call at the perfect time.
Evan Gray's come off the corner and made him get rid of it way quicker than he needed to, which was an inaccurate throw.
Boy, that's and you call that, you want to call it into the pressure, and then Evans coming, and really good call, and they just weren't able to execute. 4th and 10 right there. Going to bring up a punting situation. Bearcat defense, after that shaky start, has been solid here last 7 plays.
So you bring Jake Wiles and Gavin Hooper back deep for this punt. And
snaps back, it bounces. He's going to pick it up. And they're going to give a questionable punt right there. It's going to be fair caught in a crowd. Nice job by Gavin Hooper. And you know what? The kids that are good at that, fielding it, it doesn't matter what the situation is. They don't feel it. And the ones that they're not good at it, it doesn't matter if they're by themselves. I mean, you can just tell that whenever you see them run in a crowd like that with fearlessness, like you know they're confident. Gavin's 2nd year of returning punts. See if this Bearcat offense can't keep it. We're moving the ball, Anthony. It's just
well, you got Gavin really out here wide right here. It looks like that a little bit heavier formation in the backfield.
I call it the Brothers Ton formation. You got both Brothertons next to each other, and they do their job. You got a cave in on the right side of the field. You got is Yang out there too?
Yang is out there.
So you got Yang and then
Jake and Mason.
Little Brotherton and Big Brotherton right next to each other, and that's 3 powerful blockers right next to each other. It's only a 3-yard gain right there. You'd like to see him pop out to the outside. But
looked like Jake kind of turned that in the inside just a little bit
really
more.
Did.
You'd like to see him bend that a little bit further out.
He's almost looking for contact. Hands it off right here, and Jake tries to turn it back. It's going to be, I don't know if that's that called counter. We saw that against D-Queen a few times, but as Wiles was shifting positions, looked like he might have slipped. Going to be no gain. Going to be 3rd and 7.
It looked like a called counter to me, but when he put his foot in to counter off of that, looked like it just ankle kind of gave way a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
So then he tried to gather his balance and luckily got back to the line of scrimmage.
Spread formation. Be 3rd and 7 right here. Harding's coverage is moving up. Got a timeout. No, it's going to be a flag. We got a flag on the play.
Good ball, offsides against the Wildcats.
That changes things right there. You go from a 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2, Anthony.
We can do a lot of things from 3rd and 2 to pick up this 2 yards.
4:05 and running. Bearcats on their own 35-yard line.
I'm going to change the play right here. You're going to bring Coy back in. Bet you we run a little dive up the middle. Jake Wiles behind Coy House. I formation.
Harding Academy squeezes up expecting it. Jake Wiles bounces it out. He hits the first guy, knocks him back. 9-yard gain, make that 8. First down Bearcats. Approaching midfield here.
You know, that's just a huge 3rd down pickup. Offensive line got up there, blocked their man. Coy led the way for Jake. Just a huge pickup there. Now we get to start fresh. 1st and 10.
It's got Mason Brotherton in the slot. Spread formation. He's at the slot at the bottom of the field. Gavin Hooper is split to your left. Max Montgomery drops back. Looks like he's going for Gavin Hooper. He's got him deep.
Touchdown.
It's caught at the 20. Touchdown, Bearcats. And that's another deep pass laid right in there because Gavin didn't have much of a gap. Great route and caught it right over his shoulder. Boy, Gavin, whenever he's a little kid, it's hard to not remember him. We've been around him way too long. Brian can relate to that. Whenever you see that thing floating up there in the air, you're thinking, well, that's 50-50. But with Gavin, with 17-year-old Gavin, it's 100%. He catches it and runs it in. That is a great-looking throw and catch by the Bearcats. Great job blocking.
Maybe the most impressive thing about that is there wasn't a guy within 6 yards of Max right there. Everybody was at the line of scrimmage. It just
take a look at the replay right there, and yeah, really focus in on that line of scrimmage. Because really that was an area that we were worried about. You got 5 guys coming, and one bails out. Trey Day does a really good job picking up his man. His second day at that spot. Dropped right in the hole there by Gavin Hooper, or by Max Montgomery. Gavin with a great catch.
Max really wishing that he had that first one to him back a little bit, just kind of gave him a little bit more space to run up underneath it, because we could have 2 55-yard touchdown bombs at this juncture in the game. So that brings us Mena Bearcats up 7-3 here with 3:04 to go in the first quarter, and you know, this is what we thought we might see, Clint.
That's what the prognosticators were saying on Fearless Friday. Expect a high-scoring game. Most folks across the state didn't expect. Onside kick, and it bounces up perfectly. Too perfect.
It went over the head of our outside guy.
That is a textbook onside kick. You get that first pop, and then it goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. They gave us a great spot. Looked to me like it went out a little bit earlier than that, but going to be, regardless, Harding's going to take over at their own 44.
This defensive drive, Clint, we're going to start with our little lightweight nose guard here, sophomore. See if we can get a little pressure
the little Eford brother coming in at a whopping $150. This is a different look because, and he's giving people fits, Anthony, than the scrimmage as well as D-Queen. Going to bring pressure in that gap. Got motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to this side. Coy House gets there, doesn't wrap up. He's loose into the secondary. makes another man miss, and what was going to be about a 2-yard loss turns into a 25-yard gain.
Just got to get him corralled there. When you're there, get it corralled and done. He made a good cut off once he got down the field and made a few Bearcats miss, but we can't be missing those tackles. We got to make those tackles.
Had a great defensive call at the right time. Got the people around him, and you just don't make the tackle.
We got to get some coverage out there on the top side of the field. Oh, they finally made it there.
Sight drops back to pass. Got a man in the middle with the catch. Boy, and Gavin Hooper, as he's falling down, he gets his ankles, or that's a touchdown.
Gavin almost had to back off right there. He was fixing to clean his clock, but he didn't have the ball in his hands yet.
Was he there on time for that?
I thought he was. He had to let up just a little bit, didn't he? Or he was pretty close to it anyway.
Right at 1st and goal. I don't think they got room for a first down. Spread formation. Coach able to make an adjustment on the call. Got motion. No, they just flipped right there. Puts his foot in the ground, throws it. Great coverage by Jake Wiles.
Thought the back judge there was fixed. He reached for his flag on Jake, but Jake really withstood pulling him back there.
Did a decent job. He's got to try to look back for the ball right there. That could have been called. Back judge is none other than former Razorback Sparky Hamilton. It's that look at me concept where again, Coy House with the pressure. Boy, what a play by Sipe. Wow, he's running outside, and that fast flick motion, he hits it to the swing man out there for the touchdown, just trots into the end zone. And Bobby Wallace just went right at the target. Needed to come to the outside there, I think, Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot there. You're taught as a defensive end lineman, you got to go attack the guy with the ball, and the space voided there was the running back. Flicked it to him. And
great job. Great job by Harding Academy. Harding takes the lead with their first touchdown of the day, and with the extra point, they've got a 3-point lead. The score is 10-7. Harding Academy with 1:59 left here in the first quarter. Take this chance to thank another one of our sponsors. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by our friends at NEDEC. NEDEC, all for dreams. NEDEC has been a huge part of this Bearcat broadcast and part of the heritage and the economy and everything here in Polk County, Anthony.
Broadcast, the school, the Polk County, Mena, it doesn't matter. They're involved.
Not just in NEDEC. It's a lot of the machining and the capabilities and the industrial capabilities in this town all spin off of NEDEC.
Looks like we're going to receive one more kickoff this half, coming this away from Harding Academy.
So if Harding wasn't aware that the Bearcats had a passing game, they are now, and you got to wonder if there's an adjustment. But they're already in a 4 deep. It looks like they're running a cover 4, Anthony.
It does have that appearance. That's a deep ball.
Way good. Very good kick. Who is that with it?
Caleb Peters.
Caleb Peters with the reception. Going to bring it out to the 22. Bearcats are going to take over on their own 22-yard line here with 1:53 in the first quarter.
I'm good with them taking it right down the field here, Clint.
You really had a first drive that was somewhat clean and ends in points.
Yes.
Bearcats have yet to be stopped without aiding the defense with penalties. Spread formation. No, we got 2 back right here.
Got the
Jaden Castillo.
Jaden Felix.
Dadgummit. We left Castillo was 2 years ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, he graduated last year.
Going to be a toss sweep to Mason Brotherton. Mason's got some room. Runs out of bounds.
Going to be. Does that go down as a pass there on the little forward flip?
Unfortunately, it does. That's not fair, but anyway. Going to be a 4-yard gain. Going to give him 4 on the play.
It sure felt like that should have been a bigger play than that.
It does, yeah. I didn't look. Kind of had the appearance that they were a little bit further downfield.
Maybe stick your foot in the ground and
go plow it.
Yep. Give me a little Jake Wiles action right there. Go look for some contact.
Coy House coming on the field. I believe that's Evan Graves at the running back spot. 2nd and 6. Play action. You got Mason Brotherton out there, but he hits Coy House short.
Going to be a first down.
House on the reception from Montgomery.
Well, I'm thinking that it's kind of called like that because Mason was turning around and facing to block. It's almost like that's a designated, but boy, Mason would have been wide open right there. Going to be enough for a first down. That play action is going to come in heavy. You got to kind of establish that running game. Bearcats are never going to abandon the run. Definitely under this Landon
Well, we're going to be able
offense.
to play off of that run, Clint, because
and that's key.
And playing off the run, we're going to be able to hit Gavin on those 45, 55-yard bombs.
Spread formation this time. Max back to pass. Throws it out to Graves. Graves lowers his head. Nice gain.
Just a
good
6-yard pickup, 5-yard pickup right there.
And that's a play as a fan, sometimes you think of that as just a give up in a way, but being able to complete that in stride and be able to catch it and then head up the field is a real big weapon because we saw it at D-Queen. A couple of those turned into 20-yard gains.
Well, you had the action going back across the field on the drag or ends, whatever you want to call them, and then you hit Evan in the flats out there and just are able to pick up an easy 5 yards.
Harding moves up into press coverage on the outside at the last minute. Thrown just a little outside there. Mason Brotherton with the quick out.
I'm going to have to come back to this right here, Clint. The offensive line right now, last 2 plays have really stymied the defensive line. They did not get any pressure right there or the play before. So if that's something that they keep progressing on as this game goes forward, that's just boding well for us.
Very good. You got Jordan Roberts at that left guard. So we've heard a little bit about seeing Blake Castor play that spot a little bit as well. So Bearcats really trying to shore up that offensive line. It looks good. Max Montgomery dropping pass. He looks backside. Thought Max kind of gave that away a little bit too early, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Bringing up a 4th and 5 now.
For number 8, Graves.
And I saw here's a play while I was watching the O-line right there, watching our sophomore left tackle, and showed a little restraint. Good stymie on the initial contact. He was trying to get free, and he stopped himself from grabbing the hold right there because he still was able to block enough to keep Max from getting dirty.
Quarterback still out there, Anthony. 4th and 5. Got 21 seconds left. Looks like they're going to let the play clock run down. They were just trying to draw them off sides on that 4th and 5.
We called timeout. Mena called timeout.
Yeah,
right
they
there.
were just they were trying to draw them off sides and then let the play clock run down. They got the timeout. Bearcats only have 1 timeout left. Still 21 seconds left here in the first quarter. Thank another one of our sponsors. University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. Folks at University of Arkansas have tons of great stuff going on. You can complete your educational opportunities right here in Polk County, our own 4-year university, part of the University of Arkansas system. I believe this is a 3rd year, isn't it?
3rd year, and then you had the track stuff that took off last year, and this year you're going to have your softball and baseball be able to kick off. And I guess you better shout out for Dr. Philip Wilson today. I guess it's his birthday.
Oh, my gosh. Happy birthday to Dr. Wilson. Man alive. He's over there looking guilty. We got a smile out of him.
He's ancient now.
As ugly as ever. Spread formation. Single back looks like, no, we're going to be punting. This one is nice looking punt. I don't think they noticed the change at quarterback right there. And that was Austin Rose. This time he gets a nice kickoff, and this is going to be the farthest we've pushed him back farthest in their own territory that the Harding Academy has had to start.
And I guess why I'm questioning, he kicked that ball with his left foot. I watched that time.
I think he's left-handed, Anthony. I think you're crazy.
He throws the ball right in baseball and throws the ball right as a quarterback when he gets in. So it just surprised me that he's kicking with his left foot.
Empty backfield. Sipes waiting on the snap. Looks like he's able to draw the Bearcats off sides right there. They are really have a nice game on their cadence because Bearcats have tried to jump off sides numerous times. This time they do.
And that's what you get when you got a veteran quarterback back there, Clint. It's a veteran quarterback with a veteran offensive line, and he's able to vary that up. And Coy's used to making these guys pay for not varying their cadence up.
Again with the empty backfield, going to be a quick throw. We're right there in the right spot. Nice tackle. It looks like it's number 8.
That's Evan Graves on the play right there. Great play. And then you had a basically about for a yard loss. We're going to end up knocking that iPad off of here for good tonight.
What are you talking about? I didn't see that, Anthony. Didn't see a thing.
But that's going to bring up the end of the first quarter. And it is Mena Bearcats 7, Harding Academy 10. So we're going to start the second quarter with a second and about 6.
For the donation of a side-by-side for use during the season. The Bearcats would like to thank
as we recover the monitor. Thanks for filling in. The end of this first quarter, let's thank another one of our sponsors. See if I can get Don to stop scowling at me for breaking his
Please follow all directives pertaining to seating requirements, face coverings, and social distancing.
Tonight's broadcast is being brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance Agency.
Where is it?
See Talissa Montgomery at Shelter. Of course, Clint gets to go home with her at night, and he's got to be really nice or else she'll take him out behind the woodshed.
I normally really like to make snide comments about the sponsors whenever possible, but I can't on that one.
You do have to go home with her, right?
2nd and 6.
So we'll bring one more to you. Tonight's game's being brought to you in part by Bay Wash Car Wash. At Bay Wash, we take pride in your ride. Got to go get some suds. Get all the mud that's created from all the rain.
There has been some serious mud here lately.
You might have a few drains that get clogged up from knocking all the mud off of it right now, Clint.
Wow. Knocking the bridges off your car. Beginning of the second quarter, Harding heading north here at Bob Carver Stadium. Single back in the backfield. Again, bringing pressure. Coy House flushes him out. Sipes tries to set up and just throws it out of bounds. Is he outside the tackle? They're checking it. There is no receiver in the area.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody in the vicinity.
They throw it.
Yes.
They absolutely throw it. But was he outside the tackle box? That's what. But anyway, you got to wonder that. I think you still got to make it past the. That's a big call right there for the Bearcats. Loss of down. And I believe it's 10 yards.
Is that from the spot or from the yardage?
So they're going to walk it off right there. Believe it's 10 yards, which would be half the distance. So intentional grounding. Great job of pressure. The Bearcat defense is doing a good job. Good.
Got pressure, got good coverage on the receivers down the field, so had everybody covered up here. Now they got 4 receivers to the east side of the field here.
The far side going to be a toss, double pass. He's got a man on the outside. He is just overthrown just a touch, but boy, Chris Bollmeyer squatted at about 20 yards. And there was another receiver there. Of course, you're not used to covering 4.
Well, but he knew he had Jake over the top. So I'm sure his responsibility was somebody
Probably
shorter.
so. Probably was. You're right.
And Jake's eyes had him kind of stopped for a second, but he was in position, but he just overthrew him just a little bit.
He's late. He was late. If that had been late in there, it's a touchdown. So, Harding Academy going to be punting from deep in their end zone. Bearcats look like they're not trying to bring pressure. I thought they were going to come. Gavin with the fair catch call, and it's caught in Harding territory at the 45-yard line. I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mena Ford. For a complete look at the Ford lineup, go and tolerate Anthony Eford at Highway 71 North there in Mena. Look at the excellent lineup of Ford cars and trucks.
Yeah, come on out in the morning and we'll have some donuts and coffee.
Talk about a Bearcat win, hopefully.
Talk about a Bearcat win.
11:43, Bearcats wall up to begin the second quarter and stop the Harding Academy Wildcats on their first possession of the second quarter, and they're going to take over here in their best field position of the night. They're going to shuffle their formation, getting Mason at the top of the field. It's going to be an option. Going to hand it off to Jake Wiles.
Jake Wiles on the carry.
Be interesting if that actually is an option, if they're going to ever pull that. Going to be a short gain there for a gain of 1. Be 2nd and 9.
Almost should have probably gone ahead and given him that quicker right there so he could have hit that hole. Looked like there's a little space there, Clint.
Bearcats in a no huddle now. We haven't seen that yet this season. Looking to the sidelines. Still staying in that 2-back. You got Mason next to his brother on the right side of the field. They're going to hand off and go that way. Boy, and Trey Day goes right through. And I'm not sure that it's going to be a face mask. There might be a horse collar, but he looked like he was looking right at the tackler.
That was definitely Trey Day's man on that left tackle that came through and made the play, but we're going to pick up the first down here regardless.
You know that is a dominant play by a defensive end when he gets back there so fast. You can get it. Normally is when you're blowing right, you're trying to catch a guy deep in the backfield that you get a horse collar. He made a great play right there and can't grab him by the horse collar though. Be a substitution, going to bring in another receiver at Sam Eford. We haven't seen Sam catch one yet this year, and he definitely can.
No, he caught one at the first of this drive.
Okay.
The first drive.
The first drive, that's right, is just a fumble. We didn't want to talk about that, I thought. Spread formation.
Have to tell his grandparents he does do wrong.
1st and 10. Max Montgomery steps up into the pocket.
He's
got a man deep. Touchdown, Bearcats. Max Montgomery does a Sipe impression right there. That's something if you've watched the Harding film, he's kind of got a name for it. And Max Montgomery pulls the ball down, slides his feet, and then looked like he might run it, but then he pulls it up and just lays it in there absolutely perfectly. And was that the senior? Who was that with the catch right there? Sam Eford. We were just talking about that. Great catch by Sam Eford.
That's basically the exact same seam route that we hit to Mason down the middle of the field last week against.
It's a hot route right here, so we're going to throw it out to the outside. We're not going to be able to complete it. Or fire is what they call it whenever you fumble a snap.
Was it a fumble snap?
We're going to take a look at the replay here of the touchdown.
We've had a little bit of an issue. Max did a great job of getting away from the pressure, stepping up.
Really great job right there. Boy, Sam Eford saw Max stepping up in the pocket, and he kept running his route and laid right in there perfectly. Boy, there's a lot of good passes here tonight coming from both quarterbacks, and it's looking like it's definitely going to be a shootout.
So with that being said, it brings the Bearcat lead 13-10. 10:36 to go here in the second quarter.
Hetzai, I was trying to think of Hetzai. I know him better than I do anybody, and Alzheimer's, forgot what his name was.
Clint, we're fixing a little pooch kick or squib right up the middle.
Boy, you called that. That's a sky kick. It's going to land right at the 45. He fields it dangerously. I tell you what, that could have been a turnover.
The reason I know what was fixing to happen right there, Connor told me today, if he lines up in the middle of the field, they're going to squib it or do it. And
now, Anthony, what if their coaching staff is
Wildcats take
watching?
over first and
Huh?
10.
They don't know
What
who
if their
Connor
coaching
is.
staff- Okay, gotcha.
I didn't give a number.
Good point. Connor Eford, number 66. And there it is. Bearcats come out on the field. I thought they were going to have a shift in position. Then they go to their base defense. Sight play action, going to throw it quick out to the outside. Nice tackle. Going to be nice gain after the tackle by the Wildcat receiver. Going to be gain of about 11.
Looked like Chris Bowmeyer right there was set down just a little bit too quick, trying to stave off them a double move, but made the tackle immediately after the catch. But boy, I'd like to see one made at the point of attack. So you got a chance to knock that sucker down.
That's tough right there. That is tough.
First down for the Wildcats.
They're flipping him over here to the boundary this time.
You got the 4 receivers here on this side again.
Going to throw it quick out to the outside. Going to try. Oh, boy, blocking the back. I don't know how you don't call that. Did Sam not get pushed there?
Yeah, he did. He come off the initial block, and he may have ended up catching him on the side, but that's one that he's got to make a better play on.
Chris Boltmeyer on the
Side judge is looking right at that. That's
19.
I thought that might have been a block in the back.
Second down.
10 minutes left here in the first half.
Wildcats.
Bearcats with the lead, 13-10.
They're going to do a bunch receiver to the top side of the field. I bet you they try to come here to the short side.
Coy House is bringing pressure to the wide side. It's going to be a counter on a quick toss right there. Boy,
we got the
ball right there, and I believe they're going to give it to us. I never saw it come loose. Sam Eford with his second fumble recovery on the season with a timely turnover there. Harding Academy was on the move. Bearcats going to take over right here on their own 45-yard line with 9:39 left to go here in the first half. What a great football game here, folks. Great night for football, and boy, this is living up to its billing. This is one of the few gifts we've gotten from COVID, the dropping from Clarksville. Now, not that wasn't going to be a good matchup, but this is kind of one of the marquee matchups across the state this week.
May not be classification bump, but caliber of play, even though this is a 3A team, they'd match up just as well with any 4A team you're going to see.
Absolutely. Got pressure coming from the top side. Max Montgomery looking at Mason. You know, he had to throw it a little bit deep right there. He had to throw it a little bit early. We've got a flag right here.
Flag on the play.
Going to be a hold.
That's
Boy,
going
and
to
it's going to be a costly hold.
Holding.
That's going to be on our sophomore left tackle, which we keep harping on it, but he is a young gun. Hadn't got to play it much, and he's going to be a good one, Clint. I guarantee you.
Boy, you just can't give up on him, and because he's making some plays. You got to. And I know, you see those seniors over there patting him on the butt because you got to keep his head up.
Remains first down.
It's going to be.
If he'd had a little bit more time there, Clint. You saw Mason breaking free on the backside of that. It was going to be another one just like that one to Sam earlier, coming right down that seam, and it was there.
Boy, and you got to thank the receivers all the way across the board. I mean, we're matching up well speed-wise, and Mason with really that's another wide receiver out there in a really top Class A. You know, he's an A-class receiver right there because in it with a tight end body.
We only got 10 kids out on the field.
Bearcats have to blow a timeout, don't they?
That's our last time out of the game.
Last time out of the game, 9:33 left in the half. We'll take this time to thank another one of our sponsors. Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by the Union Bank of Mena. Mena's only locally owned bank, hometown banking at its best. Give a heartfelt thanks if you see the folks at Union for being a part of this broadcast.
They are vital in everything Mena, aren't they?
You see their name on everything, and anytime it's a community event, and there's help needed, you can always count on the folks at Union Bank to be there.
Oh, let's catch our breath here, Clint.
Yeah, that's right. This has been a action-packed first half. Bearcats really in a deep hole right now. Second, and got it listed at 23 on the board, but it's more like 30. Maybe 28. Three-back look, play action. He's going to throw it quick. Nice slant to Gavin Hooper. Gavin gets it all back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain. Think about.
We got laundry on the field
20.
here.
Boy, he got rid of it fast enough.
Flag on the play.
Come on. That's terrible. Ineligible receiver downfield.
Man downfield.
9:19 left in the first half, and got another call. Ineligible man downfield is going to be.
He got the ball out of his hand quick enough. He's just getting down the field to try to go make a block.
Boy, it was Jake Brotherton was pass blocking, and honest to gosh, Anthony, he popped up, he played it right. He just obliterated his guy. He punched him, not literal punch, but just in pass block punch, and knocked his guy back so far that when he stepped forward, he wasn't more than about a yard deep. I mean, you take a look at that, he's right in the screen. And, he wasn't more than a yard deep. I didn't think you called that until they got 2 yards deep. Yeah, he was maybe a little bit outside.
A little bit more of a run
draw
block.
Back to pass. Again, looking at the tunnel screen, it's going to be complete, but not for much.
They were looking for that.
They sure were. Boy, they're really staying up tight. I think Dover thought that they were going to back off with that many completed passes and on time.
Second down for the
Looks like we're just going to have to attack down the field. I mean, we're able to connect right now.
If they're going to stay pressed like that, but they're mixing it up well. I mean, it is. This is a high-level game of paper, scissors, rock here. You're just kind of two coordinators are trying to guess at what the other one's doing. Still in that two-back look. 2nd and 23. Handoff this time to Jake Wiles. The Bearcats maybe just looking to get out of this.
Jake Wiles on the carry.
Going to bring up 3rd and 23.
They don't have a single defensive lineman getting down in a stance right now. They're all standing up and playing whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you call it, Clint.
Stand up. Got a delay right here. I'm not sure what's going on. What is it?
And you got your linebackers that are really backing off.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's 3rd and 23. Or they going to say, it's farther than that. 3rd and a mile. Going to throw it quick out to the outside. That's really the only route we've missed on. We've had 3 incompletions right there, and then the other ones are deep ones. And
But he had to get rid of that ball so quick because the guy coming off the edge, somebody's got to be able to pick him up. Or we got to recognize it and be looking for that quicker. One or the other. If you're going to leave him unblocked, you've got to have to know that and turn around and be ready for the ball faster.
Going to bring up 4th and 23 is another promising drive. Got the punters out there lined up at the quarterback spot.
We're going to get a false start, not a false start. Encroachment by the defense there.
Dead ball. Offsides against the defense. 5 yards, remains 4th down.
Buy us a little bit of room here. Going to make it 3rd and 23. Bearcats with the 13-10 lead. Austin Rose at the punting spot. He's up there close. What a great punt. It goes over.
Oh, awesome.
The receiver's, the return man's head. Going to come down at the 16-yard line. Austin starts off rough on the first punt of the night, and boy, he's really come back well.
That's a 58-yard punt there, Clint.
58-yard net punt.
but we're talking about flipping field position. That is huge right there.
Definitely. This is an explosive Harding Academy attack. Did you touch it?
Nope.
It's got to be. It's got to be Don's fault. Going to be empty backfield right here. Got trips at the bottom. Sight back to pass. He's looking at the post. Nothing there. Runs it. Sipe is a very capable runner.
The side judge here has got to call the holding on our outside linebacker. He was holding against our outside linebacker. Who do we got down here? I can't tell who that is. Is that Evan Graves?
He's holding his left leg. Be a gain of about 8 on the play. See if they're going for a linebacker right there. I think it's the junior outside linebacker. It is Evan Graves. Evan's a kid that's just fought. He's getting up well, though. Maybe, hopefully, a cramp or something. Who knows? See, we're looking at the delay in the action.
Oh, but that's going to give us a little time for the Bearcat defense to regroup, get a little breather right here. And I didn't realize it right here, but they got their little 160-pound nose guard in trying to get some pressure here, Clint.
I did not see the next. I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors we brought on here, the big man, Chris Thrillkill.
The wealth management crew.
Arvest Wealth Management. Go ask any questions about your 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, annuities, or rollovers. Grow and protect your wealth.
You know, he asked me today when he was in the office, are you going to harass me tonight on the air? And I was like, I'm sure Clint will. He can't stand not to.
Going to be option play right there in perfect position. Mason Brotherton, he just had his man stood up, and Mason doesn't play a lot right there.
Number 8.
Tell he really wanted to take his head off and just missed.
First down for the Wildcats.
Wish he'd have that one back. No.
Enough for the first down. I'm just going to hold it. We keep dropping our monitor up there, folks. If you can hear the. We got Laundry on the field again.
It's going to be offside or false start on the
False
offense.
start on the offense. Dead ball.
You know, right now our defensive line's giving them a little flinch, and that's making them want to move too. We're just flinching for them.
Did you send that to Don? Just going to show Don the comments there.
Great play right there. That was Chris Bollmeyer just absolutely came off the receiver block and was right there waiting on a running back. I mean, he had no idea. The running back did not know that he was going to be able to do that.
9 for the Wildcats.
Great play by the Bearcat defense. Chris Bollmeyer is a 3-year starter there at cornerback. He has really developed physically just this year. He's just been a kid that really good with contact. Done it well with a smaller body. Now with some size, you know he's going to be improved. Sipes flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. Tipped by Bollmeyer in that short zone. Great job right there.
The good long arms that he presents in that, dropping in that zone coverage, he just can't contend it. But it looks like, is that Coach Bentley sitting there talking to him saying, I think you probably should have been playing a little farther back.
You don't know right there. He definitely did something wrong. You can tell they were not patting him on the back.
No. He did not react to what they wanted him to react there. But made a great play.
Great play. Jake Short at the top of the field. Empty backfield. Sipe drops back to pass. He's rolling out to his right. Got pressure from the backside. He has to dump it short, but it's enough for a first down. Boy, that's that safety valve. And when the clock starts ticking, you got to get closer out there.
I was watching that play develop, Clint, and Sam came in, took on the inside receiver, stopped him up as he floated outside. He just didn't quite get there fast enough to.
Was that Sam on that? I thought
that was Sam coming all the
31.
way from the inside, covering that tight end or the inside receiver, and then as the quarterback floated outside to the flats, then just didn't get there quick enough.
Sipe dealt with the pressure that time. Going to be a option, and Sipe, that's definitely got to be a block in the back, and they're not going to call it. Sipe's loose in the secondary, and he's going to be touchdown.
On the quarterback keep for the Wildcat touchdown.
Wow. Boy, go back there and look at that. I don't know.
I'd like to see who came off of that left edge, and boy, he pulled it out in the right time there, didn't he?
Absolutely. Absolutely, boy.
Because there was
He did a great
nobody.
job.
There was nobody on the sidelines as he was running down it, and we kind of kept him in.
That was that belly option right there, and it was played to perfection. Harding takes the lead. Back and forth affair here. 16 going for the 17th point.
And it's going to be good.
And the extra point was good, which brings their score.
Could take a 4-point lead. They're going to lead 17-13. 4:55 left in the half. Bearcats have plenty of time to answer, though.
No, it's definitely, this game's not going to be over in the first half here, Clint. Definitely plenty of time for Bearcats to go down. 4 minutes, 55 seconds. Go down and close this half out with a touchdown and a lead going into half.
We are excited.
Boy, the Bearcats cannot buy a call on the line of scrimmage when it comes to the holding penalties. Got a couple. I thought Sam got blocked in the back earlier, and then the top of the field there, I think that's Jake Short. Looked to me like he got caught.
It's really kind of the play before that big play right there, around the 30-yard line, and
you had another one. That's right. You had really three questionable ones. Boy, we've gotten everything. Of course, Trey has held. There's no doubt.
We're not saying that he hadn't, but let's just get it on both sides. Yep.
4:55 here.
But we are paid to be for our guys, not for
right. It's called being a homer. Unabashed homer. Absolutely. Excellent kicker here from Harding Academy. And, again, he boots this thing deep. It's going to go into the end zone. Boy, it's stuck.
Like a pitching wedge right there, wasn't it?
Man, it stuck. Really kind of a line drive, but it still stuck. But luckily it was about 3 inches in the end zone. And that would have been deadly if I'd have dropped it about just a little bit shorter.
A little different kick than what he'd been kicking. He'd been kicking a little higher ball, I guess more into the wind, landing it around the 10, 9-yard line. But that, and he drived a little lower and landed on the goal line.
I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors. Glad to have Gentry Chevrolet on board. Gentry Chevrolet is your local Chevrolet dealer located in DeQueen, Arkansas. Go by and see them for their lineup of cars and trucks. Toss sweep to Mason Brotherton. Mason catches the edge, turns it upfield. Going to be a gain of about 4 on the play.
Brotherton on the carry, flag on the play.
Looks like we're going to get a personal foul against Harding Academy here.
Is it extracurricular stuff or got a penalty over there? Is that Coy House? Looks like he's kind of limping something off. Hopefully he's okay.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against the Wildcats.
And that's what it's going to be. They had no bones about that call right there.
No, they didn't.
They're not going to let anything get out of too crazy on that. So I'm sure one of the Harding Academy guys came up to want us to talk a little smack on tackling D1 there.
That's it. D1, Mason Brotherton, possible future Kansas Jayhawk.
You know, most of us around here probably still holding out that he might get picked up by Arkansas, but
He's got to say yes, too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Spread formation. Single back is Jake Wiles. Max Montgomery back to pass. Pressure from the outside. He rolls out. He hits the safety valve. Nope. Throws it a little high. Gavin Hooper.
And that could have been a big play there, Clint. I mean, he just a little bit too much on it.
Boy, and he's running against his body there and still able to get the ball out. He couldn't do that last year.
No, Max is moving in the pocket very well.
2nd and 10. Play clock down to 10 right here, and we're out of timeouts. We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
Not going to be able to make an adjustment.
We can't afford to go backwards.
No. Spread formation again. Snaps back again with the pass. Max Montgomery is looking. He's got – that is Sam Eford again. Great route. You know, Sam's not just another guy out there filling space and just as a blocker. He's a guy, the way he puts his foot in the ground, he's able to make separation just at the level of the other receivers. He's got the size.
Got a little shoestring on that one, Clinton, because he just might have taken that for another 35 yards.
Trips at the bottom of the field. Not real sure what that could have been. They're going to call the center or something for moving the ball, maybe.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure against the offense. 5 yards. Remains first down.
They're going to call him for moving the ball, I think. That's unbelievable.
Trying to get it turned so he can get the laces right.
Come on. That is unbelievable. 1st and 15 here. Boy, the Bearcat fans have to start. Well, of course, you don't want them making a lot of noise when we've got the ball, but Max Montgomery rolls out the pass. Pressure in his face. It's deflected. Almost intercepted. They've got to get that pressure slowed down some. They're coming off the right side. I don't know if they've got us outnumbered.
2nd down,
but
15.
That's rough. You know, you're rolling into that as well. So, of course, we've done a decent job of protection. Ball's on the far hash mark.
Wasn't bad.
Ball's on the far hash mark. You got trips at the bottom of the field. Play clock down to 7 seconds. In motion to empty backfield. Going to throw it to the motion man, and boy, he wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. Going to bring up 3rd and 15.
No, they sniffed that out in a hurry right there. They were coming downhill. I'd like to see them throw that same motion, fake it, and bust him over the top here.
Boy, the stuff attacking the downfield, especially with Max in the pocket, has really looked well. Really, the rollouts are fine. It's just the problem is the pressure coming from the outside. Those standing defensive ends are giving us fits out there. This time it's protected well, thrown out to the outside. They're going to call that complete.
No, they called it incomplete.
He did? Okay. All right, they waved it off.
Pass was incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down for the Bearcats.
4th and 14. Bearcats are in Harding territory. Looks like they're going to bring the punting team out. Coaches show, Coach Bentley has said he's going to be aggressive this year on his play calling, but 4th and 15 is a little much. You got 12 seconds on the play clock. Austin Rose is back in punting formation. Of course, it looks like quarterback with him lined up short right there. He's going to drop back 7 yards. Going to kick it quick. What a nice punt. Boy, doesn't give him much of a chance. It's going to bound down to the 4-yard line with 3:31. That's plenty of time for Cade Sipe to drive this distance. Bearcat defense is going to have to stand strong here. Been a back-and-forth affair so far. Bearcats trailing 17-13.
Yeah, that's about a 42-yard punt right there that no return, got them pinned deep. And now defense has got to stand up right here and be strong. If they do it, then we can get the ball back here with good field position and in this first half with a lead. But we cannot give up 95-yard touchdown run.
Bearcats take the field on defense. Quick throw out to the outside, complete. Boy, that's stuff that's really hard to stop because you got to line up different, and then you expose yourself to the deep play. And when it's just quick pitch and catch like that, and you can execute it, it's hard to stop.
Oh, Castor's come up. Looked like he's got a little, maybe a cramp or a twisted ankle.
It's a cramp. You can tell his foot's wanting to stay down. He's trying to walk it off. That's something that Castor fights, especially this humid nights early in the season. He's done that since he's a little kid, hasn't he?
Yep, we've seen it. We've seen it a long time.
Get the Gatorade out.
Too much time behind the seat of that Mustang and not enough time stretching. Doing a little yoga.
Pushing the clutch. That's what it is. Take this time to thank another one of our sponsors, Smith Pallet. I'd like to thank the folks at Smith Pallet for coming on board, and need help from the Bearcat fans. Anthony Eford has, I feel, dishonestly promised. I'd like to apologize, but I feel he's dishonestly promised to sell double the pallets that they sold last year for sponsoring this Bearcat broadcast. And I know
Brian's sitting over going, yeah, let's do that.
The pressure is on. So if anybody just happens to need a pallet, even if you just want to burn it, go out to Smith Pallet.
Buy a pallet and burn it. Get some wooden nails so that you don't have to have nails in the yard.
That's true. That would be bad. Don't burn it in the yard. That's a good plan. Trips formation at the top of the field, 2nd and 5. Looks like Evans bringing the pressure, and it's a great move by Sipe, the quarterback, and it really is. It's we're in great position. It's just the missed tackles, great moves by these Wildcat running backs and Sipe as well. They're just able to make that initial tackler miss clean.
Forcing him, putting the ball in the belly there, forcing him to take somebody, and then he's free till the next play.
Bearcats come up. Looks like they're going to pressure this a little bit more. They're looking to the sideline. Of course, with this type of offense, they can change the coverage, and we'll see if Castleman adjusts. No, it's just a handoff straight up, and he's loose into the infield or secondary. Ball is loose. Out of bounds. Going to be a big gain on the play. That's too many.
Bollmeyer made the tackle and knocked the ball loose, but it rolled out of bounds on us.
Like I said, Bollmeyer is a strong tackler. He's a kid that's stronger than he looks and put on a little weight this year. But, boy, Bearcats given up a lot of rushing yards so far this game. Of course, this is an explosive Harding Academy attack. Clock stops, 2:43 in the half. Play clock's down to 5. They're going to have to hurry. This time they double pass, going to pitch it back, flea flicker. I called it a double pass. It's a flea flicker. Little extra throw at the end of the play right there.
Pass was complete to Neal.
Harding doesn't like it. I think Jake was just a little bit lost right there.
2.
Jake has that ability he wants to be fighter. He wants
Absolutely.
to be a fighter.
Hand off up the middle. He dives forward. This time the Bearcats stop him, but not until there's a first down. Harding Academy out near midfield, 2:31. Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the play.
First down for the Wildcats.
No, it's not. They're going to roll. They just stopped for the chains. That's right. I thought I heard a whistle. 1st and 10.
We're going to have to cause a fumble here, pick off an interception, do something big right here defense.
Too much time on the clock, isn't there? This offense is built to move in short time space. Bring the pressure, not able to get there. They widen it out, but not enough, and Sipe easily runs out for a 9-yard gain. Just almost too easy right there. And then you only ran really 10, 15 seconds off the clock, 2:07 left in the half, and you really kind of almost made the clock no factor. Wildcats with 2 timeouts. Handoff up the middle. We got a flag.
They were trying to get some personnel on the field. Yang's got to come off. He is winded.
Got to think this would be a good time to get Brotherton out there. Mason Brotherton at the defensive end is a deadly combination. Bringing Terwilliger in that linebacker spot.
Illegal participation against Mena.
I thought we were short a person, were we not?
No, we had too many people on the field.
Okay.
Is that a 10-yard
Boy,
penalty?
that's a tough one, yes. 10-yard penalty. It's going to take the ball down to the 30-yard, 29-yard line of Mena.
Yang was trying to come off the field, and they were trying to look like Connor in there, but they snapped the ball too quick.
Boy, this is a subdued crowd considering the place in the game right here. Quick throw out to the outside. Cornerback comes up. This time, great play by Jake Short. Jake Short, not a lot of experience. He's a senior, but he hasn't got a lot of playing time.
This is his growing up right here. This is his time to shine.
He went right by the blocker that was in great position, and that's big because it keeps the clock running too. 1-yard gain, going to bring up 2nd and 9. Right here, you hadn't seen Sipe try to go deep because he's had pressure. See what the Bearcats dial up right here. Looks like Coy House is coming. He's going to come through that B gap, and he gets through, flushes him out to the outside, and he's going to get to him. He has gotten close numerous times, right, and then Sipe slips loose and gets up either upfield or around the outside. That time Coy House, wide open, catches him from the backside for the sack.
12 for the Wildcats.
And the clock is running now after those 2 stops inbounds. Got to think Wildcats may use one of their timeouts. They still got plenty of time at the 31-yard line.
You brought Mason in right here to get us some extra pressure here too.
Mason Brotherton charging upfield, coming out to the outside. He's got a man. It is caught inbounds. Perfectly thrown ball, throw and catch. Catch by number 20.
It's coming back.
There is a flag on the play. Maybe that is the dagger. Boy, that would be great. Ty Duggar, the senior wide receiver, they're only returning. Got a legal man downfield. That is a timely call for the Bearcats. How dare you complain about the referees, Anthony? I can't believe you. I think that was totally uncalled for.
Well, Gavin, I thought he intercepted the ball, Clint. I really thought the ball was there.
It was really thrown so well up there high. Gavin just couldn't get to it. Gosh, Sipe is just absolute. Both quarterbacks, really, you got to think they're putting on a show here.
Third down for the Wildcats.
This is a passing show that don't normally see high school football. 17 seconds on the play clock, 37 seconds on the game clock. Here comes, this time it's Eford off the pressure, and boy, well-thrown ball right upfield at the last minute. Sipe holds on to it. He just not going to lose. He's not going to lose his cool at all.
No, and didn't shave off a lot of time there either, Clint. I mean, he's hitting the sidelines.
Be 4th down for the Wildcats.
4th down and 4 with 30 seconds on the game clock here in the first half. Bearcats trailing 17-13, and even with running out of bounds, looks like Wildcats are going to take a timeout right here to talk about it.
You know what? If they try to kick a field goal here, what's that going to be? A 39-yarder or 38-yard field goal?
I think, yes. Yeah. You got to think with this offense and with the timeout, they've really been able to run the ball so well. Wonder they still got that run in their pocket, but with their ability, the Sipe to run it out of the pass. So
it's a big play for the defense right here, Clint.
See him zooming in on the Lightning here on the east of the field, Anthony. It's going to be interesting. A lot of lightning.
That is east of us. It usually stuff like that doesn't float this away, doesn't float west.
In motion, senior number 20. He goes past into the trips. They get a look at it. That's a good way to tell what the defense is in. That means they're in a zone, kind of the typical package. They got Chris Bollmeyer singled up, and Sipe took an extra look. We'll see if that's where we're going. No, it's going to be a run. It's enough for the first down. Ball's loose, and it's out of bounds. Boy, just took a wildcat bounce out of bounds, and that stops the clock at 23 seconds. First down.
They've had 2 opportunities. We've knocked the ball out 2 or 3 times, and it's gone out of bounds each time, Clint.
Like a shot. A lot of balls coming loose here.
First and goal, Wildcats.
I guess we have ended up with 1 recovery.
That's right. That's right. Because that means 4 fumbles, because 3 of those have popped out of bounds. Empty backfield, 23 seconds. Sipe's a danger to run it in, bringing the pressure out wide. He steps up in the pocket, and he's got an alley to run it, but he decides to throw, and it's incomplete.
Brings up second and goal.
A rare misfire by Sipe. 16 seconds left in the first half.
He's probably wishing he probably ran that ball.
He could have run that thing in. Of course, he's got Coy drop back in the zone right there, and Coy hasn't been back there. He would have had to run through him, but thought he could get him a touchdown pass. 13 seconds on the play clock. Of course, a no huddle for Harding. Got trips at the bottom of the field. It's going to be double pat reverse. I thought he was going to throw it. It's going to be into the end zone for the touchdown. 8 seconds left in the first half, and Harding stretches their lead out to 23-13, pending the extra point right here. Boy, and that one's tough.
It's a tough one to take right there. You've got to come attack that. You can't give that up.
Harding gets the ball here first in the second half. It's Harding's first action, and they've looked sharp. First action on the year. Mena's, of course, it's only Mena's second game. Had an abbreviated scrimmage. I guess you could count that. This is going to be laundry on the field, going to be offsides Bearcats. Boy, in watching film of them, they love to go for 2. They will fake this, and then a lot of times they'll just line up and go for 2.
Offsides. Penalty is declined.
Penalty is declined, so they're obviously planning on kicking it.
Well, that's what they want you to think.
That's a bad sign that, here late in the game, that second quarter, seems like the Harding offensive line has really had their way with that inside running game. Kick is up and good. And that takes it to a 11-point lead for Harding Academy.
Wildcats 24, the Bearcats 13.
They're more than likely going to give us a little squib kick, not let us give a chance to return this back. But wouldn't it be nice to see Jake or Gavin, them try to kick the ball deep and bust one right here?
Boy, you got to think athletically, Bearcats look like they match up really well with this Harding Academy team. You look at the overall flow of this game, Anthony, it just seems like the big difference is just the penalties by the Bearcats and the mistakes. Of course, both teams are definitely making mistakes, but Bearcats are, you've given up 20 yards in penalties. You had some first and 30s, 28s. Last 2 possessions. Just too big of a hole to dig out of.
It's time to grow up now and get those behind us. And
going to be, you called that, it's squibbed. It's going to bound down to the 20-yard line. It's caught by Gavin Hooper. Gavin spins out of the turf right there. He was turning upfield. Boy, if he had Just say if, just we know Gavin.
First and 10.
He saw it too.
Yes.
Just tried to get there too fast.
You had a great block by Coy. The edge was set. Sam was set up to take out the next guy in position, and there was definitely a seam right up the numbers.
I don't know if you could see it at home there, folks, but it really did. It looked good if he could have stayed on his feet right there.
We may have to tell Jeremy to go get Gavin some new cleats.
That's got to be Jeremy's fault. Definitely Jeremy's fault. You thank the folks at home for watching this Bearcat Foundation broadcast. That Sipe is something else, isn't he? Max Montgomery handoff on the play. Jake Wiles does not know the meaning of looking for the sideline. Going to be a gain of about 12 on the play.
Wiles on the carry at the end of the half.
Going to be the end of the first half, and great played football game here so far. Anthony, Bearcats are trailing 13-24, but far from out of it.
No,
you don't want to see them hang their head right here because a lot of self-inflicted wounds. Are going to have to play clean, though, to get out of this.
They've got to sure up the penalties because that's what's put them behind the 8 balls. They can't fumble the ball.
Yes.
We got to make the plays in front of us, but Harding Academy is a good football team, Clint.
Great football team.
It's a great test for where we're at, and we can see, hey, we can play with this team. We can beat this team, but we can't make mistakes and beat this team.
Absolutely. So, as is the tradition, you'll be happy to hear that the announcers will shut up here shortly, and you get to hear the sights and sounds of the Bearcat Marching Band as they take the field for the first time for the 2020 season. And with that, Anthony and I will retire until second half action. Broadcast brought to you by the Bearcat Foundation.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mena Bearcats Schools presents with pride the Mena Bearcat Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Charles Morgan and Tyler Huntington, and under the field direction of senior drum major Sonny Moore. The band's halftime show this year is the music-themed Aerodynamics. The band will now perform Into the Clouds.
jerky and jumpy fast sometimes. A lot of
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bearcat, not too bad.
tighten it up a little bit so there's more resistance. Because it's, you understand what I'm saying? It's really hard to keep your camera still when it's so loose. So I'm going to just tighten things up here.
And now continuing our halftime show, the Mena Bearcat cheerleaders.
And that, it's like, no wonder you can't hold it. So,
How long do you think it will take?
feel the difference. And it feels tight, but it needs to be tight or else it's really hard to. Now you can do real smooth hands and stuff like that. It's like before it was just jumping around.
Can you tell Anthony to get it done? He's got to go to work. Yeah, but they're going to run. I mean, we only got like 10 minutes. So
On your Zoom too. Try to get a lot of that. Try to press down easy and press into it. And what happens is like you get hurried, get a shot and you jerk it like that. Just try to. And sometimes you know I'm not on you. You're just going to get a shot. That's fine. But when I'm on you, just try not to. Try to just do everything that you do is real easy and slow.
The Mena Bearcat cheerleaders. The Bearcat football team would like to thank Smith Pallet for the donation of a side-by-side for use during the season. The Bearcats would like to thank Matt Thomas, State Farm Insurance, for their sponsorship of tonight's game. Matt Thomas, State Farm, has seen the largest rate reduction in a decade, giving him a call for all your auto, home, life, and business insurance needs. Matt Thomas, State Farm. Help the Bearcats complete the season. Please follow all directives pertaining to seating requirements, face coverings, and social distancing.
And with our new TriCaster back here, we got the master. We're going to show you some replays. I think it's the first half action. We really been an exciting game the entire time. And real huge play here in the first half in the opening possession by Harding Academy. And you had Gavin Hooper out of position, and then he was able to recover, and they knocked that pass down. Did a great job right there, and then it forces Harding to settle for a field goal on that first possession. And we had to survive one more play here, and this is 3rd and goal from the 4. Move that thing forward, and great job. I believe this is where we'd come up and make a stop on the run, and excellent job. Bearcat defense kind of came alive really for 2 series, and Gavin with a nice return at kickoff, and really special teams have been a real hit for the Bearcats here in the first half. Got to mention the punting game as well, but Gavin Hooper, boy, you want to see him. That last kickoff return right before half, boy, I really do think it's hard to spot, but on the camera, but he really was. He could have broken that if he hadn't lost his footing. Then the Bearcats strike. They answer with a deep pass out here to Gavin Hooper. And Bearcats, just running their base formation spread, have really had their way here with Harding. And I like to explain to everybody here in the first half that the outputs weren't showing what we were seeing back here, so you were kind of stuck with that tight camera. I saw the comments. And please feel free whenever you see something like that to make comments on the broadcast, because it really helped us to find the problem. We're kind of getting used to the new equipment as well. Then really the passing game clicked here in the first half. I think we were looking at it, and I want to say we're about a 70% completion rate, the Bearcats are, here in the first half. This is another example of play action. Quick throw out here to the outside. Coy House turns it into nice gain, turns up field. Saw quite a bit of that there in the first half. Sam Eford with a couple big receptions and a touchdown as well. And that might be this one right here. It's a touchdown pass. Max is going to get flushed out of the pocket and going to run to his left. And comes up right there at the last minute and flicks it perfectly right over the defender. Drops it into Sam Eford for the touchdown. Bearcats with the lead for much of the first half at that time until Harding really got it rolling offensively. And this was a fumble that was actually recovered. Harding laid it on the turf 4 times in the first half. Bearcats only come up with 1. Bearcats are really tackling well here in the first half, but they're just not able to get a hold. They're very slippery runners here from Harding. Right here we got one of the Harding touchdown passes. This Caden Sipe is absolutely incredible. You expect it watching film. I mean, he did it all last year. He is a tough competitor. He's not only a accurate passer, kid can run the ball as well. Great play action. I want to say I thought that was this is one of his runs. This is a deep run, it's 60 yards. I thought it was a touchdown pass. Kid looks good running it or throwing it. Yeah, we'll take a look at a couple others. You're going to see Bearcat offense, if they can stay on count and not get themselves down. They're able to overcome some penalties here with this passing attack, but we saw this a couple times. And another completion to Sam Eford right here. Big gain, about 20 on the play. And they've got it rolling in that passing game, especially in the straight drop back, and it's really looked well. This is one of the only sack where Coy House is able to get him, and this time Sipes is at least running towards the boundary, short side of the field, and Coy House is able to get there. Coy's gotten through quite a few times, hadn't he, Anthony? And he's doing such a good job getting it out of his hand. You're facing really a level of matchup really on par with what we saw from the Elkins quarterback a couple years ago, and this is probably the next best kid we've ever seen come in here to Bearcat Stadium. And great job by Caden Sipe, and really fun to watch. And that's it for our replays here of first half highlights. And looks like we have some weather moving in from the east, and we got a warning for weather for Polk County, but hopefully it'll miss us. We're 2 minutes away from action resuming here for the second half action. Take a chance to thank one of our sponsors. Tonight's game brought to you by Mena Insurance Agency for all of your insurance needs. Coverage first for 105 years in downtown Mena. Tell if you see PT, he looks okay for a 50-year-old, but he looks really good for a 105-year-old.
All right, I made it back.
Boy, Anthony Eford, I'll tell you what, you'd think he worked at a bank, not a Ford dealership. That's an insult to our bankers. Thank another one of our sponsors, John Maddox, State Representative John Maddox. Like to thank him for being a part of this broadcast, helping Bearcat Foundation bringing this to you here tonight. John Maddox is State Representative for this district. Getting lots of things done for us for Polk County, Polk, Scott, Montgomery, and like to thank him for being a part of this broadcast.
Got a little glare on my glasses here, Clint. Can't have that before the game starts.
You're gonna be spotting. You can't spot those fractions from this when you got glare on your glasses.
I can't spot them anyway.
Just making it up.
Yep.
Harding Academy is making their way out on the field. Bearcats trailing 13-24, and it's going to be a big defensive possession because you don't want to go down 3 scores.
No, Clint, you want to Bearcats are going to want to get out here, get a stop, get a fumble, force an interception, something positive defensively, get back here and close this gap down to a 1-score game.
Of course, there was the sort of the middle part of the first half. Bearcats are able to come up with 3 consecutive stops. And, and I really count that first possession. That was a big play. They stood hard there down on the goal line with that.
And held them to that field goal.
Held them to the field goal. And, they do come away with points, but you got to count that as a win. And you got to think Coach Bentley, I'm telling you, he can come up with a defensive plan.
Now, defensively, we're going to come out in the second half and be strong. We've just got to be tougher at the point of attack right there. And
this is really the most points given up by Craig Bentley defense in a half. And that's saying something because Craig Bentley was defensive coordinator here and from 2012 to 2014, and really did a great job for us then before he moved into Mansfield. And great to have him back here calling this defense. Going to have to dial up some way to get the pressure. Of course, we're able to get pressure to him, but Sipes just got just enough. I'm not going to say he's just blazingly fast, but he's fast enough. And, of course, with his accuracy, you've got to always respect that. You can't come up. You can't leave your receiver and come up and help.
Or you'll get burnt for –
Yep.
But what was that, a 75-yard run that he had, just a run off the edge? I didn't write that one down. But
You didn't?
No. I just wrote our stuff down.
Do a quick scoring recap. I know we saw some of the highlights, but we didn't go through all the scores.
The first score of the game was on a 25-yard pass. And then we come back after giving up the field goal and recovered a fumble. Then we had just a little swing pass that come up after that we hit for about 12 yards, and then we were able to hit Gavin on a 55-yard bomb.
55 yards, and that thing, Gavin, just great route right there. Not necessarily anything special, and just outrunning him. I think Harding's had to gain a little bit of respect for the receivers, and after this first half action,
you did, and if you remember back about 3 or 4 plays earlier than that we missed Gavin on the same exact play, so that could have been 2 big scores, and we ended up stalling out on that drive and giving the ball back to him. And then you had Sam go down the seam and catch one for a 29-yard touchdown pass. And then a little bit later, I guess really the last offensive positive play outside the last play of the half was You hit Sam again on about a 20-yard reception on the out, and he just was a shoestring away from maybe having a chance to take that into the house, Clint.
I think it looked like that was a 15-yard out, wasn't it?
It was about 15 yards out, and
turns it upfield.
Put his foot in the ground, and the kid caught him on a shoelace, and just wasn't strong enough to pull through it.
The one route that we've had really repeated misfire on, Max has just been wide throwing it to Mason, and that the quick out seems like that's the times that we've gone for him. And did Mason? We did not connect with Mason there in the first half on those deep ones, did we?
No.
To move down the field,
No.
I think it was just we overthrew him on one, and then Max has missed him twice on the outs.
Just missed. Had a little pressure in his face, having to get rid of it a little quick. Whether it was a missed assignment, didn't make the right call at the line of scrimmage, and had a little too much pressure on him. Just the timing hadn't been there on that play. But they have blocked well when we've had to stay in the pocket. Max, even when he gets a little pressure, he steps up, moves around well in the pocket, and then has been able to hit the guys deep down the field. I don't think that if we keep attacking down the field, their corners and safeties haven't shown us the ability to be able to cover us deep, but they have shown us the ability to be able to cover us short.
Of course, the big key to the game is it's always defense. You got to play defense, and that's a tough order to try to think you're not going to stop Sipe this second half. We just got to try to contain him. He has been nothing short of spectacular here. First half action.
We have forced them to put the ball on the ground 4 to 5 times in that first half, Clint. We were able to come away with the first one, and the rest of them, they fumbled it out of bounds or recovered it back themselves. So they've had 5 fumbles that they've recovered and the one that we recovered.
That's right. There was another one in there, wasn't there? So starting second half action here at Jetsai Hernandez. Going to kick off for the Bearcats. Ball is deep, going to come down at the 4-yard line. Harding returning, and he's got a seam up the middle. He's going to get all the way out to the 35-yard line, just running straight up the field.
So they're going to start, right there on the 35-yard line, Clint?
35-yard line.
First and 10, Wildcats.
First play here of the second half action. This no-huddle offense, everybody's just looking to the sideline to see what the signal is.
And with this formation, this is what they kind of hurt us with early in the second half is you got splits on both sides, and then he'll dive with the quarterback, with the running back and mesh, and we were there that time defensively.
Definitely there that time. That's a good sign.
Evan Graves was right there, 2-yard gain?
It's a read option. And
Evan Graves on the tackle.
Sipes pulled that out a few times and gone big distances. I think that was one of his 60-yard run came on one of those read options.
It is
this time
good
empty backfield.
It is good to see Evan back out there on the field. We really need his athleticism after going off the field hurt there in the first half.
Evan Graves heading to the outside, and quick throw down here to the single wide out.
First throw on. Will be a first down for the Wildcats.
And that's their number 9's their star receiver, which is about 6'6", led their team last year in receptions. I think I read somewhere it was around 1,400 yards that he had last year. If I'm on the right guy.
11 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bearcats trailing 24-13. Read option again. This time Sipe pulls it. Going to have lots of Bearcats there until we worked on that one at
Sipe on the quarterback
at halftime.
Run out of bounds.
Blake Castor did a great job that time, forcing it out to the outside.
Great to see Blake coming in back after that. Where I'm assuming is a calf cramp that he had because he didn't want to put that foot on the ground.
I'm glad that maybe Graves as well. Sipes back at the line of scrimmage, spread formation.
kind of adjusted a few things here, Clint. We're going more of a forefront.
Yes, we are. That's right, the forefront right there. Got the extra down lineman. Coy House with the pressure. No, that's Evan Graves. Throw out to the outside. They get to him and hit him right as he's going out of bounds.
Well, he didn't. He was out of bounds when he caught the ball. It's going to come back to the line of scrimmage there.
Incomplete pass, 3rd and 12. I meant that they got to the quarterback. They were able to make contact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's the kind of thing that adds up. And when you can get close enough to where you can make contact, that sort of has a cumulative effect. 3rd and 11. Bearcats with a 4-man front. This is a totally different look for them. We never really saw this last year other than against Pottsville.
Yeah, you're playing two techniques here.
Open, the guy was, I'm going to say open. I meant Coy House was open. The ball goes right in and out. What you're seeing is a totally different look because you got your linebacker dropped for really the first time. I think one time early in the game you saw the linebackers drop back and not blitz. And then with that 4-man front, they're not going to be maybe blitzing as much, and the plan is to drop the linebackers back there. And Sipe didn't see him. And really should have been picked off.
I mean, we were starting to get a little pressure to him there, so got his eyeballs down from being able to see Coy in the middle of the field. Great stop by the Bearcat defense here.
Punter hesitates until right at the last minute.
Fair catch.
Then kicks it away. Fair caught at the 23-yard line. Nice punt by Harding.
So the little wrinkle on defense here, Clint, did exactly what we needed to have. We come out of the half, we get a stop for the defense. We're going to get the ball back here, starting on the 23-yard line. And now offensively, we got to come alive and make some plays right here.
Got to cut down on the mistakes.
Can't jump off sides. You can't hold. Let's be strong.
Really, the Harding's been able to stop the big tight end so far in this game. Going to be interesting to see if you can get him in on the action. Any spread formation. Play action, quick throw out to the outside, and just the pressure's there immediately.
54, the defensive end, which I'm going to say it one more time, coming off of that left tackle spot. Knocked the ball down. Knocked the ball down, and it's just a catch and throw. You know, that's quick game, and whenever you're worrying about pressure in a quick game, that's not good. Couldn't really tell if Trey just was mixed up, but there's only 4 down linemen, and you got 5 to block them. Got to try to get there. Got trips at the top of the field. This time, get Max rolling. Still got pressure in his face, even with 2 blockers. Got to try to get to that and slow that down. You can't give ground. You're going to have to hold your ground right there. Especially when you're rolling into it. 2 knockdown passes in a row. 3rd and 10. If nothing else on that, cut the man down. You got to play to your strength. If you can't just sit back and block him in a normal pass rush, cut him down, get him on the ground. He cannot make a play. 3rd and 10 right here. Max back to pass. He pumps. Looked like they were going to try to do a double move. And not enough time. The protection caves in. It's going to bring up 4th down. It's going to be a 3 and out for the Bearcats. That time the pressure came from the right side. The left side did a decent job of holding their ground, but pressure came up the middle and from the right. Boy, both defenses come out with a stop here in the second half. Austin Rose has been a weapon here in the first half. Again with a great-looking punt. Fair caught at the 41-yard line. He doesn't look as confident catching that. He catches it and falls down. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, he was calling for a fair catch right there, and he may have been sniffing Gavin out because Gavin was coming like a missile.
very interesting. Austin is punting from very near the line of scrimmage for a punt, right at about that 6-7 yard mark.
Just a quick punt there. You know, he's lining up 6 yards deep, and most of your punters are going to line up almost 8 to 10 yards deep.
Bearcats again come out, a 4-down lineman look. This time, one of those tackles is the 150-pound sophomore, Eford. Again, jumped off sides. Senior Blake Castor going to give him 5 yards on the play.
Offsides against the
Going
defense.
to be first and 5.
Remains first down.
9:30 here in the third quarter. Got trips here at the bottom of the field.
You know, they're trying to gain a little bit of an advantage, but you still got to watch the ball.
Going to be a read option. It's not fooled there on the outside, Sam Eford, but then he just gets hooked on, got faked out. That Sipe is just deceptive speed.
You can't. You got to just keep going through him. You can't stop, and you get on your heels is when you're going to get beaten. That's what Sam did right there.
Sam really played it well right up until the point, and the Sipe just made a great move. Incredible athlete.
So we got another cramp here.
Got 2 Bearcats. Got just tying our shoes. The other one, it looks like. So you see who that is over there?
I cannot tell. Is that Coy? I don't see him in the huddle.
Let's take this time to thank one of our sponsors, Nidec Motors. Nidec, all for dreams. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Nidec. That's Coy House,
it is
number
Coy.
33.
I didn't think I saw him here, so.
When you see Ed and them coming out, you got to hope that that's not more serious. Senior Coy House.
I think it's just a cramp, Clint.
Yeah, they got to hold that calf.
They're not feeling for mobility in the knee or anything else. It is kind of muggied up a little bit here this evening. Once the sun went down, it was pretty nice when the game started, and it's not bad. But the lack of cardio that the kids didn't do for 2 days, that is going to hurt you. Coy will walk this off and get over here on the sidelines, get a little fluids in him, and they'll get him stretched out good. You see him with the toe up right there. So
that's it. That's it. That's good news.
That's
news.
what you want to see. That can be worked out. So not a major injury here. Trying to keep from.
Boy, it's still not letting go, though.
No.
I hope that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a cramp, Clint. You can see it kind of balled up there on the backside. Just tossed him on the ground as
even at 1st and 10. Harding Academy just inside Bearcat territory. They're going to option it right at that middle linebacker spot, and that one stopped immediately.
So with that, they're gonna keep running that dive and trying to get us to really suck up for that dive play. And what he's going to do is pull that sucker back around the edge again.
Trying to see who you've got in to replace him. Is that the sophomore?
That's Colby Davis,
Colby
sophomore.
Davis.
And Clint, he showed some signs. I mean, it's another kid that my youngest has grown up around, and he's going to be a player for us.
Back to pass is Sipe. Tries to throw over the middle. The coverage is there.
Brings up 3rd down.
Going to bring up 3rd and 9 right now.
Bearcat defense holding strong right here. So,
boy, that must just be a severe cramp over here at Coy House.
they're trying to get it worked out, and this may take another series to. He may not come out on this series of downs.
Boy, you see Austin Terwilliger, number 56, out here in coverage in the slot position. Side back to pass. It's going to be a swing pass out to the outside. Great cut.
That was
is that Jake Short or Austin Rose?
Austin Rose came up and made a great play in space.
Very good-looking play right there.
To bring up a 4th and 6, 4th and 7 here, Clint. That's
folks at home, that's a big-time play right there for Austin Rose. Going to be 4th down. They're just in Mena territory.
And Austin's a kid that kind of took his sophomore year off, didn't play football, and was on the fishing team and played a little baseball. And he's a kid that can really help us athletically.
Is that Sipe? Yeah, he's dropping back to pass. They're going for it. 4th down. He's got it complete. It's going to be enough for the first down into the secondary, down to the Bearcat 25-yard line.
Sipe's pass was complete.
And again, that's a tough one right there because you got him at 4th and 6. They're able to convert.
4th and 6, and you know who did they attack? They attacked the sophomore middle linebacker that was in replacing Coy.
Come in right in the hook zone, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And he was not in bad position. He was there.
No.
But it just didn't recognize it quick enough.
1st and 10. Sipe with the quick throw out to the outside. Bearcats close, but able to get a 5-yard gain out of it. Harding Academy is just in that. Sipe's in a rhythm here, trickling it down the field.
Just come real close to knocking that ball up in the air at the line of scrimmage too, Clint. I mean, we're just a hair away from.
Got to come up with a play right here, don't we?
You got to come up with a stop.
Got the stack spread. Receivers are stacked. Throw it out to the outside. Senior receiver. Great job by Bollmeyer and Gavin Hooper. And Gavin's kind of limping there.
By number 32, Bollmeyer. Number 28.
We only got 10 kids on the field right now.
There comes the other safety. Jake Wiles is off. Got a toss sweep to the outside, jet sweep. Great tackle by Evan Graves. Evan Graves saw that coming all the way. Going to be another 4th down, this time 4th and 3, and you know they're coming.
Just a great read by your outside linebacker right there, and he comes up and makes a great play in space. Chops him down, and they're changing out personnel. They're going to try to kick a field goal right here. We know the kicker's got a good leg on him.
Definitely got the leg, yeah. They've got the leg, and that's take it to a 14-point lead. Still 2 scores away. Bearcats got to get going offensively. Kick is up, and it just drills it.
Right
down the middle. Boy, that would have been good from a long ways away. Harding Academy's got a weapon there at kicker. So with that score, Harding leads the Bearcats 27-13.
So kind of what we thought. We're going to have offensively, Clint. We got to do a better job up front. We've got the weapons. We know we got the weapons to be able to compete with these guys, but we got to give Max time, and we've got to pick up some yardage running the football. So.
Got to see. It'd be interesting to see if they, your success came after you kind of established some of the running game. It'd be interesting to see if we don't go back to maybe trying to establish the run again, because you came out with that exclusive pass there in the second half. And Dover got to think that he sees that as well when that Harding defensive line, evidently, if they got their ears pinned back, we're just not going to be able to handle them, or else we're going to have to make some sort of an adjustment.
We're going to have to make an adjustment, that's for sure.
Kick is up. He's going to come down around the 1-yard line. Gavin Hooper swings down to the bottom of the field, heads up at midfield. Going to be brought down at about the 27.
I would have liked to have have seen Gavin hit this sidelines on the Bearcat sideline. Is that Gavin down right here? He's got it cramped too.
Just got a score from Ozark, fell to Boonville. 20-19. Another 4-4A conference out-of-conference matchup. Ozark faced Boonville tonight.
You know, Boonville's usually a year in, year out. It's a tough matchup for anybody.
Anybody. It looks so different than anybody you face, and then plus they're so fundamentally sound.
They do it from third grade up, don't they, Clint? They don't vary anything. You know what they're going to do, and it's just that misdirection, wing T action, and they run it to perfection. If
you'll give them 3.5 yards, they'll take it every time. Gavin Hooper's working the cramps out here. Boy, Coy, you got your two seniors having a hard time.
We're going to have to make sure they get their salt tablets for game time anymore.
No kidding. Boy, this is rough. That's really going to affect the game.
Regardless, somebody's got to step up and make a play, Clint. It doesn't matter who's out there.
You're right. 5:33 left in the third quarter. You got the ball here at 28-yard line, 1st and 10. You're going to have to make a play. See, they're still working on Coy House over here on the sideline.
You still got Ed down there with Coy, and now you're going to have Dr. Locklow over here working out Gavin. And
it's time they're bringing in extra protection. Mason Brotherton shuffles over, and then looks like Jake Wiles don't want to see that ball come out. Got to keep that ball in there next to your body, but Jake Wiles plows forward for a 5-yard gain.
Number 5, rush on the tackle.
Lined right up, got the too tight kind of wing T look to it, and looked like Mason kind of the sniffer guy trying to pick out somebody. I couldn't tell. Did you have a lineman that was kind of folded over, pulling?
I didn't see a pull on it. It might have been a trap. Backfield, this time they turned it into a sweep. Gavin is the lead blocker. Mason plows forward. I don't even think he got a yard.
Mason Brotherton on the carry.
Back to the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Rush.
Bearcats try to throw a wrinkle at him here.
You know, I've seen us try that little run play to Mason a few times over the last 2 weeks, and I guess they're trying to set something else up, but it just hasn't been very effective in my eyes.
Not yet. Again in that wing formation, moving Evan Graves back into the pistol formation. Got a big 3rd and 5 right here. Again, they hand off, going straight up the field. Boy, not much there. You do 3 runs in a row this time. You start out with 3 passes and then 3 runs. Going to bring up 4th and 2.
Fourth down for the Bearcats.
Another unfortunate possession right there. You got 4th and 2.
So I think
the Bearcats know they got if they're going to make hay, they got to do it now. Looks like they're going to go for it. Play clock's at 15 seconds.
Max under center. That doesn't happen very often either.
Nope. They're going to try to draw them off sides. They're going to burn a timeout here. No, they aren't. They're going to go for it. Stumbles, and then enough comes forward for the 1st down. Great run by Evan Graves. There just wasn't much there, and that's boy. Bearcat fans are getting excited, but that's too hard to follow. You got 4 downs to get a 1st down. Harding Academy defense is really coming out strong here the second half.
But if we can pick up a couple of those right there, get this Harding Academy defense on their heels, a little bit winded, and we're going to line back up in the eye under center.
Again, he hands off. He's got space off to the right side of the field, enough for the 2nd down into the secondary. Great job by Evan Graves. Boy, and they give him a little shove right there.
A good 15-yard. A good 15-yard pickup right there.
Cramp. Evan Graves' calf is cramping up right there. I'm feeling there's going to be some serious
We're going to have to start
conditioning.
running these guys a little bit.
No, exactly.
I'm going to have a talk with Bentley.
They're going to have to get in excellent physical condition like you, Anthony.
Hey,
Twins at the top of the field, 2 backs in the backfield.
you got to fight.
That's right. Handoff going to come to that weak side. Jake Wiles, great play design right there. Bearcats making hay on the ground right here.
Was that wasn't a counter action there, was it?
No, he just turned and went straight weak side.
But look who they're running behind. They're running behind Jake Brotherton. They're running behind Logan Yang.
Yep.
And the
That's
center
that
being Jet Baber.
Jet Baber. Again, they're strong left. They got the 2 backs on that left side of the shotgun. Play action, looking at throwing it short. They do. Mason Brotherton with a reception. Dropped after just got a couple yards right there.
I would have liked to see him hit the sidelines right there. I think he picks
Was
up
it
about
open? Oh, yeah, if he turned. Okay, yeah.
Instead of turning it back to the middle of the field, I think if he goes to the outside, he gives a stiff arm and picks up a few more. But the Harding Academy defense, I mean, they're that short game that we've been trying to hit, they're sniffing that out quick, Clint.
They really are. Hadn't been able to get Mason loose after that initial catch. 3rd and 3. They're going to hand off. Up the field is Jaden Felix, going to be enough for a first down.
That was Jake Wiles. Jake Wiles was, you know, he's that kid. When he gets hit, he's able to power through. He's a strong 6'1", 200 pounds roughly.
Okay. Is that Jake carrying it?
That was Jake carrying it, and he's coming off getting a breather. You know, Jake's one of those kids that's kind of fought a little bit of asthma growing up, and probably going to come over here and take a hit off his inhaler.
1st to 10 Bearcats, the Harding 35. Going to hand off to the fullback. Going to be a quick gain of about 3.
That was your sophomore Jaden Felix right there on the fullback dive.
Shown a lot of promise on those tough runs in the middle. 1:05 left here in the 3rd quarter. Bearcats running some time off the clock here. Kind of a ground and pound look. Bearcat offense is kind of finding their identity.
We'll line back up in that eye with Max under center.
Be play action. Looking at Mason Brotherton. Waiting a little bit longer. Going to lay it up, and it's
Drop.
Looked like
Jacob Flemings. It hit Jacob Flemings
right in the hands, didn't it? Mason bent back. It looked like he almost ran it down.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down for the Bearcats.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
But
got to think the Bearcats got 2 downs right here.
Positive note there. Look at the time that Max had. The run plays generated. They were going
to have to use the play action.
That's right. We're going to have if we're going to line up in that eye. That play action is going to be deadly. We had 2 guys there in the chance to make that play.
Mm-hmm.
Gavin checks back in here. Finally got that cramp worked out.
Got a timeout on the field. Looks like timeout Bearcats with 35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Bearcats trailing 13-27. Ball on the Harding Academy 34-yard line. Take this time to thank another one of our sponsors. University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. Folks at University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain are bringing you an opportunity to complete your education right here in Polk County with lots of new construction, Anthony. It really is. There's dozers going all over the town trying to complete some of these UA Rich Mountain facilities.
If you haven't driven through the campus over at the college and seen the dormitories go up, I mean, it's a really nice facility. Got the dorms going and got the kids in the dorms, and take a drive out by the city pool. outside of the dirt flowing into the water at the city pool.
Minor technicality.
When the baseball and softball complex gets built for the college, it is going to be as nice as anywhere in the state for a small college.
Absolutely. You got twins at the bottom of the field. This is Gavin and Mason over here. I formation, Max Montgomery under center. Snaps back. Again, it's play action. Looking deep. He's got Mason. Great catch. Complete at the 20-yard line. Great throw and catch. Looks like he got the back half of that ball, though, Anthony, as it was going through.
It's the first time tonight that those big hands have come into play, and just a great first down catch right there for Mason.
Not gonna stop him forever. Got Caleb Peters checking in at wideout. Mason's in tight next to his brother Jake. It's a deadly combination. Going to see him go right behind that, and again, he got space. Is that Jake trying to turn it up? I think he spun a shoe off. No, that's Evan Graves.
Graves on the carry.
Graves kind of lost a little traction right there when he tried to plant.
He did. Good-looking run, though.
Evan's a kid that's got great vision. That's going to bring up the end of the third quarter.
It's the end of the third quarter. Bearcats on the drive, Anthony, down to the Harding Academy 14-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 3 in the red zone. They're trailing 14 points. They need to get some points right here, definitely.
We've got to come away with a touchdown, get it to that one-score game, and then get a defensive stop. But tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Bay Wash Car Wash. Just up the road here off of Morrow, Bay Wash, we take pride in your ride. And a lot of Friday nights, I'll swing through the car wash before I come out here. But
take a bath?
I do. I try to give my old Ford a bath, and living on the farm, get a little cow poop on it every now and then. Got to get it washed off.
Excellent.
I know you like cleaning the drains after that.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
very welcome.
Exactly. Bob O said he figured there's going to should be some cramps on both sides of the field, but it seems like it's just focused on one.
So we'll also bring up tonight's game's being brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance. Agent Talissa Montgomery is just right behind the car wash there, and go in and see her and get your house, your motorcycle, your four-wheeler, camper trailer, car, get it all insured. I hate paying that insurance, but it's a necessary evil, isn't it?
It's nice when you need it. Anthony lost his one and only fan, Sandra Klein. She says she was checking out and going back to her movie.
Tell her not to hang up yet.
Still got a lot of football right here, Sandra. 2nd and 3. I formation. Bearcats come out. They're going to hand off. It's Jake Wiles. Jake Wiles with the handoff, and this is really the first time they've stopped that completely. Jake is getting up slowly. Boy.
Just didn't get the push there on the right side that time. And
third down for the Bearcats.
Going to bring up 3rd and 3. Bearcats are really gassed out here. You can tell it's just here in the third quarter or the beginning of the fourth quarter, and gut check time.
Got a fresh receiver just checked in here. That is Damon Clark here on the wide side of the field.
Mason Brotherton's tight on the right side. They're rolling up added people. Boy, and they're immediately there with the blitz. Met behind the line of scrimmage is Jake Wiles. Loss of 3 on the play, going to bring up 4th and 6.
4th down for the Bearcats.
It's almost like they knew that play was coming. And
4th and 6 right now, and you got to think you're going to go for it right here, trailing 14, and with the kind of firepower you got on the other sideline.
You know, they've been packing it in on those last 2 defensive stops.
They made an adjustment down here near the red zone.
We've got to get them spread back out and
this is where they bring the pressure. That left tackle's got to come up. Max with perfect call on the screen. Jake Wiles got the first down to the 8-yard line. Great call.
Screen was set up. You had your receivers downfield on a man. I'd like to see them stay on him a little bit longer, but we had to have the first down no matter what, Clint.
Had to have the first down. Jake Wild's just gutting through it. You can tell I think he might be cramping as well, but he's kind of fighting through it. He comes off the field, Jaden Felix, in at that running back spot. Thing you really lose there is that blocking ability you get from a senior.
Going to line up in a 2 tight set.
Play action. Max spins out, finds a man, touchdown.
Mason Brotherton, touchdown, Bearcats.
What they call
Boy.
it? Little dig right there.
Dig route, and Max Montgomery with pressure in his face lays it right in the hands. Boy, and you see the guy just pile driving right after there. I know his mother is not going to like that. Right after the release of the ball, Mason Brotherton comes in. You knew he's going to figure into the game plan at some point.
Yeah, it's inevitable. He's going to find his way, and he made a few big catches on that drive, Clint.
Kick is up and good. That's an extra point. Is
go,
figures in large.
You go back and look when just before the end of the half when he caught the out route right here for the first down, kept the drive going on 4th down. Then time runs out. We go down here and he makes the big touchdown grab.
You know, and he figures in large in the blocking of that too, because you said him. Jake, in my opinion, his brother is our best lineman. I mean, he's got that consistent push. And, you know, and then when you're pass blocking and you accidentally get illegal man downfield, that's a good sign too. And so you got 2 of your best blockers right next to each other. And so Mason's a big part of generating that running game too on that drive. So nice job. Jetsai Hernandez lining up for the kickoff.
So this one, I'm thinking he's going to try to land this ball around the 30-yard line, 25-yard line over here on the.
No, it's popped up again. Onside kick, and this time they do a great job. Bearcats try to get that ball back in a hurry.
So they're going to have good starting field position. We just need the defense to stand strong, Clint.
Yep. Bearcats coming in there. They've had some success here in the second half with that 4-down lineman look.
So you got Bobby Wallace on the left tackle, left defensive end. You got Roberts as 2 technique on the left side. You got Connor at the 2 technique lightweight, and Blake Castor on the defensive end on the right. And you're still missing your
ball downfield, and he's loose, and it's going to be gone for the score. 1 play. They go over the top, Anthony. That is unfortunate. Boy, you just got a simple, it's a spread formation. They're kind of tied on the right side, and then they go to empty with the motion. And just had a bad angle there by the safety, missed tackle, and in for the touchdown. Just like that, you're back out to a 2-score game.
Well, the good thing is get it over with, and we can get back here and get it scored.
Maybe we'll wear them out.
Well, Gavin ain't going to miss that play 2
no,
times
he's
in a
not.
row.
Was that Gavin on that?
That was
tell.
Gavin that missed,
Yep.
and I think he just took a bad step. Of course, he's kind of fighting those cramps right now too. So
snaps back. Extra point is up. Looks like this one barely goes in, but it is good. It still counts. Harding stretches their lead back out to 14 points. That one's rough.
That's rough. You make it 34-20, 9:50 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Got plenty of time, yeah.
We just gotta move the football. We're fixing to get it back right here. Look, Bentley's over saying, "Well, what happened? What were you seeing there?"
Great play. Great play by Sipe on that play.
Both teams have hit some big home run plays to here tonight, hadn't they, Clint?
Yes, they have. Yes, they have. We're kind of checking out the cards here, but yes, they have. There have been home run plays on both sides. Just Sipes just making that one extra play. So whether it's with his feet or with his arm, just that Bearcats have not kept pace yet, falling behind by 14 here so far. Gavin Hooper is into the end zone and going to be a touchback.
Touchback. The Bearcats take over 1st and 10.
You know, that's a nice weapon to have, to be able to put the ball over the end zone pretty consistently.
It settles it. You don't have to take a knee in high school. If it's back there, it's over. 9:50 left to go in the game. Bearcats will take over on their own 20. They got a long ways to go right here. You got to think they're hesitant. The offense can operate with just a straight drop back pass without having to use play action and guys in the backfield if we can buy the protection. With those stand-up defensive ends, it seems like our tackles are just having such a hard time getting out there to them.
Well, it's not that they're just not used to it. So we're going to line up in the 2 tight again.
Yes, 2 tight ends, single back, this time in the shotgun. Going to be a straight dive for not much. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
That'll help your young tackle. On this left side, Sam can come down, get a chip on him, maybe slow him down enough for your young tackle to be able to stay on his block.
Need to get to a point where you can get those guys back out in the pattern, because 23 needs to be catching passes as well. Now you're behind in the count, 2nd and 10. This time Max Montgomery dropping straight back, and it's miscommunication. Gavin Hooper, Max expected him to run a slant. Gavin never looked back. And touchdown Harding Academy, and that takes it to 3 scores with 9:01 left, and that one's just a dagger right there, Anthony. That's tough. Boy, you hate it for both players, but
Gavin just ran the wrong route right there.
You tell you got a pre-snap read on that, and it's determined, and Max is waiting and just looking for the gap, and you're throwing before the guy makes a cut, and Gavin just never made the cut. He never even looked back, did he?
Never even looked back.
Kick is up, and it is good.
The point was good.
So now with your 3 scores down, and you got to think with the Bearcat offense is not hit here in the second half that much, and you're able to get that 1 score, but going up and down the field in the first half and then shooting yourself in the foot, we got to be able to manufacture some yards here in a hurry to get back in this.
I still can't help but see all the hands on the hips, the breathing too hard, and just
big time,
just not being in shape. And that's something that can be changed in a hurry.
Absolutely. Just not soon enough for tonight.
No. But we're missing our Mason didn't come out on the kickoff return.
Is he not out there?
No, Gavin had to step in real quick.
Okay. Gavin probably wants to get away from the coaches right there. Kick is up and going to come down at about the 7-yard line. Looks like the young junior, Caleb Peters.
Peters on the return.
Get out to the 30.
1st and 10 Bearcats from their own 25.
We're going to have to air it out here a little bit, Clint. We're running out of time now. You don't have time to sit back and ground and pound. You got to get on the same page.
Going to have to figure out that edge pressure problem. Be interesting. We're going to see if they're going to go to the base formation. They're talking about it there on the sideline. Had everybody out there except for the quarterback. They hadn't started the play clock yet, though. Spread formation. Evan Graves is a single back. They're going to drop straight back. Decent pressure. Nobody open. Max Montgomery gets rid of it. Everybody is covered right there. 2nd and 10.
Now you got Mason down on the Harding Academy sideline with cramps.
Wow. The Harding fans got to be proud. Your kids are in better shape than ours. With 8:49 left of the game, the cramp started really in the second quarter. It started in the first half for the Bearcats, and the air is the same for them as it is for us.
Yeah.
Your home field. And
they hadn't fought it at all.
No, have not fought it at all. And Bearcats really, you're trading punches with them early in the game. I wonder if it's more than a coincidence about the time the cramps start as Harding starts pulling away. So 41-20 right now. Bearcats trailing by 3 scores.
And you got Sam over here trying to get a cramp out himself.
That is a self-inflicted wound, to say the least. Bearcats on that interception. They've kind of relegated themselves to doing max protect since that third quarter debacle of trying to run that base spread and the pressure getting through. Back to the base spread. This time you're lacking Mason and Sam. Was Sam out there?
No, Lachlan's looking at him now on the sidelines.
Boy, you've got about every major starter on offense here is down with cramps. Amazing. Max Montgomery back to pass. Got a man. Caught. It's Caleb Peters. Got to be. You can tell by the way he's running. And I told you, folks, kid just makes plays.
Not going to scare you with anything he does, but give him a chance. Give him a chance with the ball, and he's going to make a good play happen. And that got us out of the hole here, get us on the positive side of the 50-yard line. We're going to have to keep it up.
Max plucked that snap down and got it right out of his hand, drops back again, looking up the field, tosses it to Evan Graves and puts his head down for a block. Evan hit hard at the 42-yard line, and he is slow getting up. Golly, and that's a cramp as well. Got a cramp in the right calf. This is amazing. And
I ain't never seen the likes of it.
We've got some Harding Academy people watching. I promise we exercise here in Mena. It's somewhat embarrassing here. 8:14 left in the first half in the ball game. Bearcats trailing 41-20 on the move right here. And boy, you can see kind of some bodes well for the future of this season. You can kind of see some life of what this offense can be. And it looks good. And you just got to have all the pieces out there. You got Mason's back up.
Excuse me. Yeah, you got the cramps and being out of shape. That's something that is very easily. Glad to see this breeze pick up. It feels pretty good.
Yeah. I want to see if you go down with a cramp, I'm quitting. Anthony Eford here is he's the picture of cardiovascular health. He is going to lead the charge, aren't you?
Not in today's world. Maybe 30 years ago.
I'd say between the crew up here, I think Rob's probably got us on. If you're going to say least likely of any of us getting, no, probably Mary. I'd have to go with Mary. 2nd and 7. Boy, you hate it. Hate it for these guys. Dropping on a physical condition like this left and right. Max Montgomery back to pass. Quick throw out to the outside. This one's high.
Montgomery's pass goes
Misfire by over Gavin Hooper.
You
Got to bring up third down.
You got lucky right there and didn't get a holding penalty on your left tackle.
Left tackle could have got a hold, couldn't he?
Just did a WWE slam move.
Boy, and that's a pass that Max doesn't normally miss. Max back to pass, got pressure up the middle, going to throw it quick and in and out of the hands of the receiver, Gavin Hooper.
Would have been a first down there, too,
Yep.
Glenn.
Going to bring up fourth down. That was the same play. Gavin kind of squares it off right at the sticks. Bearcats going to go for it. They have to have confidence in it.
They got to have it.
Austin Rose in at your H-back slot. Going to be tripped at the top of the field. You got Mason along with Jacob Flemons. Gavin's going to be your single receiver down here, and they definitely got the safety help over here with Gavin. Love might look at seeing Mason down the field. No, they're going to hit on the slant across the middle. Going to throw it at Austin Rose. Going to be dropped. We're going to have a hold.
Flags on the play.
All the flags got thrown right here.
Is the call against the Bearcats. That penalty is declined.
Going to be holding and
First down.
declined. So turnover on down, 7:56 left to go in the ball game. And Harding Academy is going to take over right here. So, you know, Anthony, an overall scheme, it's a non-conference game, and you kind of stepped up. This is definitely an upgrade opponent from Clarksville. This is a team that's number 1 ranked in 3A football. And it's a team that hadn't played this season, first game, but they sure came out sharp, didn't they?
Hey, you know, until we lost our gas and got out of shape, we were able to hang with them.
Quick throw over the middle, nice catch. Delivery for about a 12-yard gain.
Number 19, Neal on the reception. Number 35, Jaden Felix on the tackle. First down for the Wildcats.
Jaden Felix with the tackle. He's still got Coy House out. We lost him early in the third quarter. That's his first possession, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes, it was middle of the third quarter.
Okay. Got single back. Caden Sipe going to be at read option. Going to sack him up there. Going to be a short gain of about 2. Going to be 2nd and 8.
Number 4, Chisholm on the carry. Number 54, Roberts on the tackle. Second down, 8.
They do have a good-looking offensive line there, Clint.
They do. Boy. Not just big. I mean, they're athletic looking as well. They don't cramp.
That's
one thing. We hadn't lost a lineman to a cramp. What's wrong with it?
the only one was Blake Castor.
All the skinny people. Harding Academy in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep heading to the outside. He's going to get a first down. Big gain on the play. Going to move the sticks and stay in bounds.
Duggar on the carry. First down for the Wildcats.
.641 left to go in the ball game.
Just psyche here, you know, you defensively we'd need to get a stop. You don't want to give up a late touchdown here.
No.
But the good thing is this non-conference game means nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it's really sad to go down in a way like this. They competed. You know, you can't say they didn't compete hard, just not prepared. Quick throw out to the outside. Going to be a screen. 2 players out in front were blocking. They did a good job.
Duggar on the reception, gang tackle by the Bearcats.
That's Duggar on the reception. He's a good-looking athlete.
You know, when the short passes for them have ended up with 6, 7, 8 yard gains, and the short
Very
passes
consistent.
for us are
Second down, 3 for the
2 yard
Wildcats.
They're
gains.
stopping them immediately, aren't they? Be 2nd and 3. 5:30 left to go in the ball game. Handoff straight up the middle. Going to be a short gain.
Chisholm on the carry.
And that was a play made by your 150-pound nose guard. Shuck the block and just
Got right in there for a short gain. Stopped him for a 1 yard gain.
I hear his grandmother down there saying, "Way to go, Connor."
Got a single back in the backfield, trips up top. Looks like they're going to quick pass. Got a man over the top and touchdown Harding Academy there.
Pass was complete.
Put some icing on the top there for another score. 47-20, 4:49 left to go in the ball game.
It's a no play. They're going to come back. I don't know what.
Flag on the play.
It was against illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield. Somebody blocked too good. What a beautiful pass, I tell you. It's amazing.
Yeah, it had Jake Short, I think, as number 9 there, and just had him a little bit turned down on his heels. Let him get behind him.
This kid's fun to watch. He's one.
Now be
If I see Harding Academy in the playoff broadcast, I'm going to try to catch it. Trips going to have empty backfield. Harding is definitely not letting off the gas. Empty backfield. Sipe drops back to pass. He's got the man over the middle. Going to be tackled for about a 20-yard gain.
Just giving too much cushion right there. You got to step up and be a little tougher, but Caleb Peters comes from that safety spot and makes the tackle.
That'll be a first down for the Wildcats.
Got 31. It looks like Castillo's taking over that. No, he's not. No, it's still, Jaden Felix taking over that middle linebacker spot. Colby Davis is moved to the outside spot. Trips at the right side of the field. It's 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking at the slant, great job by Bowmeyer. Bowmeyer is not the guy you want to pick on.
Yeah, he was in great position. He tried to fit that ball through 3 Bearcats right there, and that's going to be a tough window for them to complete a ball on.
Great job. That's probably a really good receiver over there. I can't see the number, but this number 20 is going to be making plays for Harding all year long. I'm sure they already know that. It doesn't take much insight as an announcer to do that. Trips at the bottom of the field, single back. Quick handoff. Got barely wrapped up, but he held on. Looks like Castor came through, and he's getting up gingerly.
Number 54, Roberts on the tackle. 3rd down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the announcer in the stadium called it on Roberts, finished the play out, but Castor's the one that got the initial stop on him.
Flushed him out there, didn't he? Big Bobby Wallace is the near side end. He only gets the NASCAR name whenever he makes a play. 3 minutes left here in the ball game. Quick toss sweep to the outside. Colby gets there, but a little bit late. Still gives up about 4 yards, but he sure looked good fighting off that block, didn't he?
He did. He's going to be by the end of this season, he's going to be a good ball player for us before the end of the season.
The Bearcats are just way too thin to be having all these seniors and big playmakers cramping up like they have been. Boy, you're missing 3 of your main starters here on this possession alone, or on the defense. Bunch of your playmakers on the offense. Just kind of took ourselves out of this one. You're not saying you're going to win, but you at least got a fighting chance.
Yes.
But going to be a tack on 3 points to that lead. So 2 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Bearcats are trailing 45-20. Started off trading punches here, folks, in the first half. Bearcats with the lead for much of it, and then
Our clock runner just letting the clock run down here.
yeah. Home field got it to the 2-minute warning. Wow.
He asked me earlier when I went down there. He said, "Is Clint going to make fun of me?" And
Absolutely, I am.
I was like, "Yeah."
I make fun of myself. Why would he not? Why would he be any different? Lining up for the kickoff right here. Harding is definitely not letting off the gas. And Bearcats need to be ready to play a full game here next week. Going to be facing Hot Springs.
Hot Springs Trojans.
Hot Springs Trojan going to come to town.
They put 2 minutes and 41 seconds back on the clock, Clint.
Yes, you got caught. That's a bad sign. We don't want him to, when you're trailing, to be running clock time off. But anyway, Harding kicks this one away. Down at the 1 yard line, Caleb Peters brings it out. Kind of picks a spot and then bends it out to the outside. Going to barely get to the 20-yard line before he's tackled.
Number 14, Peters on the return.
Tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Mena Ford.
They're on 20.
For a look at the complete Ford lineup, see Mena Ford on Highway 71 North in Mena. Also like to thank the folks at Union Bank. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Union Bank in Mena, Mena's only locally owned bank. Hometown banking at its best. Great to have those folks on board.
So you got Jacob Flemings at the top, Mason. Then you got Caleb Peters and Sam down here, split out. You got the little sophomore quarterback in to run the ball a little bit. Going to get out of bounds. No, they're gonna run the clock.
So I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors.
That'll be a Bearcat. First down.
Chris, Show Me the Money, Thrill Kill. Arvest Wealth Management. Arvest Wealth Management. Go see them for any questions about your 401k, IRA, stocks, bonds, annuities, or rollover. Grow and protect your wealth, and Chris is the man for it. He's the guy on Halloween that's got the big candy bars.
The big candy bars?
The guy, I only give out the little ones. But the guy that really knows wealth, he can afford the big candy bars. That's how you know Chris. Also like to thank Gentry Chevrolet. Great to have them on board. Local Chevrolet dealership located in DeQueen, Arkansas.
Second down.
Go see them for your full Chevrolet lineup, as well as service. Like to thank Gentry Chevrolet. And then the big one, lots of pressure here, folks. If you're watching the broadcast, like to hope the people in Harding Academy, if you can help us, you're coming away with a win. We need you to go buy a pallet. Anthony has promised to double the pallet sales at Smith Pallet. Not sure how he did it, but a nice run by Jaden Castillo. He's definitely not letting up. Nice gain of about 8 on the play.
That's one of those sophomores that are going to end up playing big minutes for us this year as we move through our non-conference play, get into conference play. It's those young guys that are going to have to step up and give us our depth.
There's obvious uses for pallets, but you can also use one for a table. Cut a hole out of the middle, use it for a porta potty. Come on, help me, Anthony.
They're gonna mark it.
Be
just
enough for a first
short.
down. Looks like they're going to be close here. 38 seconds left to go in the ball game. Really tough. It's tough here tonight to. Bearcats really let this one get away from them, but it's a amazing, great play by the incoming quarterback. I tell you, this was quite a show. It was worth just seeing that. And then congratulate the folks at Harding for your football team. You did a great job here tonight. Well played game. The gain of about 10 on the play.
Lil Cochran's going to try to stay in bounds there.
He's shown some good things, hasn't he, in his time in here so far this season against D Queen and Mansfield. And with that, Bearcats are going to fall tonight 44-20. Able to hang in there and kind of trade punches with them here in the first half. And then you come out and close it to within one score. We were able to answer on a pass from Max Montgomery to Mason Brotherton. You're able to get Mason really involved there for the first time in the second half, able to generate a score. And but then after that, it was all Harding Academy.
The wheels just came off, Clint, and when you started getting all the cramps, and then you had your playmakers off the field, and we weren't synced up. We missed Gavin down here on what was supposed to be a little quick slant, and he never turned around for the ball like he was on a go route.
That's tough.
That was picked off, and a quick defensive score for Harding Academy. And I tell you, it's not the outcome we wanted here tonight, but Coach Bentley and the gang will get them back into the film room, and they'll be able to learn from this. And I can promise you next week when we come back out here for Hot Springs, it'll be a different ball team than what we were today.
They may practice a little football in between their
we get rained out.
exercising.
We get rained out this week.
Yeah.
If you're in shape, you're in this ball game.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely we showed we could trade punches. You got to say, Harding had that advantage, obviously, being able to generate a pass rush with just 4 down linemen. They weren't having to bring pressure with the blitz. And but, Bearcats sort of looked like they were kind of figuring that out later on, but then you'd lost all your weapons. Coy House, got to hope he's back and hope that is just cramps. But, boy, he was just out, wasn't he?
Yes.
He just locked up both legs, so – and but with that, thank the Bearcat Foundation for bringing us a broadcast here tonight. And Bearcat Foundation helps with all the Bearcat athletic programs and very active in all the activities and helping support our athletes here in Mena.
We are right back here next week, though.
Right back here, yes. I believe it is home, isn't it? Yes. And so, see here again Friday night, and you can also watch the Craig Bentley Coaches Show. We should have it on the air on Tuesday this week if we don't get flooded again. So with that, I'd like to thank the folks for joining us on the broadcast. And if you get a chance, subscribe. We need subscribers. It makes it cheaper for us. So
have you seen what we got that subscription up to now?
15. No, I'm kidding. No, we got more than that. I hadn't seen how many we got yet, but we got more subscribers than we've sold pallets, so you better get to work. With that, we'll like to sign out. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us.